Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk.
All of a sudden, you're no fucking Craig. All of a
Fucking
sudden, you're no
Craig.
longer where you were. You're no longer where you were, and you show up in front of, like, you're out in the countryside. It is a beautiful day. The sun is shining. There are butterflies flying through the fields. So you're in the middle of some big rolling countryside, and there's some beautiful grass. It looks like it's maybe late summer, right? The grass is tall. There's a nice breeze blowing. There's some trees in the distance. But you're in the middle of a big open sort of area, and in front of you, you're like you look down, you realize you're in a gravel driveway. Like in front of maybe like 100 yards in front of this giant, tall stone mansion. And so you just appear here in the sunlight. You might be a little perturbed by that. I don't know. It's very bright. But you look over and you notice you're not alone. You notice that Valmyra and Franklin and Etrakira are here. The three of you. And so you're just going to be here for a little while. So you just are there now. And so all that you see around you is these empty fields, maybe some like farm animals out in the fields, but just this stone path, like gravel driveway sort of looking thing, leading up to this giant stone mansion, like this old Gothic thing. It has like flying buttresses and towers and gargoyles and a big giant wooden, what you would assume would be a drawbridge, except for you can see hinges on the sides. It swings out. Just this like giant estate.
Wow,
Oh,
this is nice.
ah,
Hey,
hello again there, Turtle. Turtle?
hi, it's nice to see you again. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, sure.
Hi,
Let me
Franklin.
just move my
Big
nuts
hug.
off this side.
Oh, Valmyra! This is our friend. His name is Eddie, or Eddie.
Oh, you know him?
Eddie. Yeah, we've met before. So I don't really know where he comes from. He only appears in these dream sequences. I think that's where we are.
Oh. I pull
He's
out
got
my
a big
flask.
nutsack.
I pull out my flask. Like a drink?
Well, I guess I could go for a drink. What kind of juice you got in there?
Not sure. I don't remember.
Huh.
Bird flies overhead. You hear some chirping. Some grasshoppers.
Holy shit!
that
What
jump
was
out.
that? I've never seen a bird before.
Yeah, that's what that was. Good job.
We don't have them in hell.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's fair. That makes a lot of sense.
Just bats and demons.
Yeah, well, I mean, usually at least the things that end up down there are suited for such things, I guess. I don't know. I don't really get into all that.
You've never seen
That's
a bird
fair.
ever, Franklin?
I don't think so.
Where are you from?
I grew up in a forest. Like a forest village.
Without birds.
Yep.
That's weird.
Okay. I mean, if you say so.
The ceiling was like, only a couple 100 feet high.
So from
Ceiling?
in the house, you hear "Ooh!" It's a very loud old lady shriek, and you hear "Ooh!" And then they're out from the front door of the mansion opens, and out running comes this short, older gentleman in a very nice suit, and has a tie on and these nice matching pants, and
Does he have pockets?
Oh my god.
he has like little tiny impractical pockets. Like the pockets he has in his waistcoat are only good enough for holding his like pocket watch and like maybe a handkerchief. But he comes walking very quickly out of the front door of the mansion towards you guys, and he says, "Oh, it worked! It worked! It worked!" And he runs up to you and he says, "Oh, you're here!" And he like claps his hands together, and he motions. He's like, "You must come inside quickly, inside!" And turns around and starts walking towards the house.
Wait one moment. Where the
Okay.
hell are we?
Well, we don't know. This is how it works. Let's
I was
go.
yelling. I was
He
yelling after
looks
the
over.
guy.
He
Oh.
looks back over his shoulder and says, "Quickly, quickly!" And Lizla is motioning for you to follow him
Into a
Anybody
mansion?
into
see
the
any
mansion.
rabbit ears on him? But all right, I guess we'll follow.
We should go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I follow along right behind.
I'm like following along quickly, like almost trying to like catch up to him.
Reluctantly, I'm also kind of looking back and looking at the beautiful glen. And do I see any nuts on the ground?
No, but there are a couple more birds that are flying overhead, and some seem to be hovering.
Shit.
I look up warily and then scamper quickly towards the rest of the group.
And he
This
turns
place is so
around,
nice.
and he turns around at the door and does like a very formal little bow and says, "I welcome you very formally to the Bumberdill Estate. Please, through this way. She's waiting."
Bumberdill. I have never heard of them, but okay.
Yep, I walk in immediately. Do you guys have milk?
He says, "All will be explained and provided for you shortly. Please in." And so, as you walk in, you notice everything inside is very nice, but it's all very dated. It all seems very old. Doesn't seem like there's dust on things. There are a few other people coming in and out of the hallway, not paying any attention to you, but like going about business and taking care of chores. Some are carrying things. Some seem to be cleaning. As you pass doors, you look in and see people cleaning. And so you walk. He leads you down this hallway and into a door to the right at the end of the hallway. And you come in, and there is a.
Are there any trinkets in the hallway?
There are, but they are not. There's nothing shiny. Everything there is very dull. It's very. You can tell everything has been sitting out untouched for a very long time. And again, he is saying quickly. He wants to. Or he's not saying, but there is like an urgency in his body language. He is looking back at you. He wants to get you into this room.
I'm like looking into the rooms.
I walk in.
Like I like follow quickly behind him until we get into the mansion, and then once we get in the mansion, I'm like looking around.
Yeah, so you're just going to see all of the windows are closed or have very heavy curtains that are closed and like fastened closed, right? So there's no sunlight coming into the mansion. But you do see by the light of some very like dim lighting, right? There's nothing very bright. All the colors are pretty dark or faded. If there were bright colors once, they're now faded and, kind of dusty. And again, so there's like servants and almost, or people going about there. You assume they're servants. They're in very similar clothing to the gentleman you followed in. And they are, again, not worried about you at all. They seem very distracted. They seem very, very concerned with their work. And they are, so nobody's hanging around in one place very long. They're all like doing a task and moving and doing a task. And it seems like everyone has been given 25 tasks to do yesterday. And so they're all just trying to get as much done as they can.
Excuse me, sir. What did you say your name was?
My name is Stephen.
Ah, yes, of course, Steven. Are you sure you got the right people?
Well,
entities?
I hope so. I have nothing to do with you being here. However, you should be the thing that is needed.
I am not a thing, sir.
I apologize if I offended. I was trying not to offend. If you're not a thing, are you a person or a place?
I am much more of a person. You can refer to me as Kira.
Oh, well, hello, Kira. My apologies. Welcome again to the Bumberdill Mansion, the Bumberdill Estate. Miss Theodora von Bumberdill is awaiting in this room here. If you would please come this way.
Well, I guess if she can answer our questions and you can't.
Does she have?
Wait.
Does she have drinks?
She can.
Okay. Well, if there's
All will be
drinks,
provided.
I will meet her.
And so
I try to hold this guy's hand while
so
this
Franklin,
conversation is happening from the inside of the room, because I walk straight through.
And he nods at you, and he pats your hand very delicate. So like you grab his one hand, and he takes his other hand and pets it very delicately, and says, "All will be explained. All will be fine. Just Miss Theodora is waiting very patiently. I am not patient. She is very patient."
Well,
I have a natural. I have a natural 20. I have a natural 20 passive insight, but Franklin has complete faith in everyone.
Okay.
Etrikira does eventually scamper in, looking warily at him, because still put off guard by him for sure.
Okay, so as you enter the room, you see a very frail looking little old lady. She's sitting in this very tall, she's sitting in an armchair, and it's like a velveteen armchair of a very dark green color, and the back is very tall. The chair is like 4 times taller than she is. And so she, again, all the curtains are closed. There's no sunlight coming in, and she's sitting in front of this fire that's this fireplace in the wall. It's very ornate, but again, all the like gilding, the gold flake on there is like peeling off, kind of. It's in disrepair. There's some cracks in the mantelpiece, but still you can tell it was very nice at one time. And she's sitting in her chair in front, so she just has like a blanket on her lap, and she's just looking into the fire, pondering. When she hears you come in, she looks up, and her face goes from pondering to just very delighted. And she's, oh, so good for you to come. Please sit. And there's an assortment of different chairs that you can sit in. There's also a very nice, thick, cushy rug on the floor, if you'd like to sit on the floor.
How big is her hair?
Oh, her hair's very flat. It's long, but it's in like a little bun at the back of her neck.
I scamper up to the top of the big chair that she's sitting in, or climb, I guess.
Ooh.
If you want me to roll anything, I can.
No, because you would have no issues. It's a very plush, padded velvet chair, so I'm sure you have no problems climbing up there. And she goes, "Oh, it's an interesting choice, young friend. Would you require anything at this moment?
Do you have any nuts?
Any nuts?
Especially
Any nuts?
the rare kind. I like the rare nuts."
And she yells, Steven!
Any drinks?
Nuts and drinks. And Steven pops his head in and says, right away, ma'am, right away. And goes to, you assume, the kitchens to find things. And she says, "Don't worry, dears, you will not be here very long. Let me explain why I have summoned you here, and then we can proceed."
Should we be seeing anything different than what we are seeing on the map currently? Just asking before.
Yeah, so we're not on the map at the moment. We are in
Still
Imagination Land.
Still just
we haven't made it to the map yet.
I'll sit down while holding that guy's hand. Come on, stay with me.
So he left.
No.
So Steve left to go get drinks and nuts, but you can still sit down.
Okay.
Franklin, come over here. She's real nice. And I like play in her hair.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
trying to hide a nut.
I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Can I sit out of your lap?
Oh yes.
Or are you
Yes,
too
yes, yes.
frail?"
We'll find out.
I'll get a blanket, put it across her lap, and then hop on one leg.
I am like perched on the very like edge of like the couch that's in the room.
She looks.
Not like I'm very like sitting like straight up on the edge of like the chair or the sofa. Whatever.
Yeah, and she looks over. Theodora looks over at you and says, "Oh, good choice. Good choice. That was my favorite. I spent lots of hours on that chase."
You probably shouldn't ask her what
I
she's
like
doing.
look even more uncomfortable.
So she says, so as Stephen has said, I am Theodora van Bumberdill. I'm sure you are very well of the Bumberdill Estate, although maybe not. Maybe not. I know not much of you. I am surprised there's only 3. I thought maybe there might be more. This is quite a task. This house, this manor that you are at, the Bumberdill Manor, this great estate was built by my great great grandpapa. He was a visionary of a man, my great great grandpapa. So he claimed these lands and he built this beautiful estate. And our family has lived here for generations. I grew up in this very house. And I played as a girl. It was wonderful, climbing the stairs and exploring the grounds but only at night. I myself am not a fan of the sunlight. It is too bright. It burns my skin. It makes my eyes water. No good. Sunlight is no good for me. We do not do sunlight here. So I spent many days of my childhood, exploring the beautiful manor, and I had and I still have a very keen desire to keep things orderly and to keep things clean and neat, and the world is a better place when everything is in its place. But unfortunately, if you cannot tell by the state of the manor, I have not been here. So my very visionary grandpapa who built this manor had then passed on a task to his children to continue to grow the family fortune. And so his children then went out and plowed the land and made this used to all be trees, all forest, and they cleared the land and they plowed the land and they preserved the food. So there's storerooms of food. This place, we could stay here forever and never need to leave. Everything we need is here. They dug deep and created wells, so there's plenty of water, there's plenty of food. They were very careful and fertilized the ground. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm rambling. Anyway, so at one point, my grandfather, right? So a couple generations passed, and everything that could be done on the estate had been done. Everything that you could want to have a sustainable, stable manner that you and your family and your offspring could live was done. Everything was at peace. But my grandfather, my father's father, was not satisfied with this. He took this charge very seriously that he needed to enhance and continue to grow the family. So he left. He was the first of many in our family to leave. And he went and he searched the world for all sorts of marvelous items, the most rare, the most curious. At this point, Stephen walks back in with a tray, and there are some nuts, there are some acorns and some almonds and some walnuts, but you can tell, are old. So there is no moisture left in these nuts. They are not quite preserved, but they are definitely not easy to bite into. There's also 3 tall glasses of sweet tea.
God dang, I'm gonna have to suck on my nuts.
But so if you do choose to put one in your mouth, you'll notice that they aren't just salty, but they have a very tangy, a very pleasant tangy flavor. So they taste very good, but they are just, the texture is just, they should have been eaten 20 years ago.
I spit it out on the floor as it touches my sensitive nut
I
palate.
jump up when he walks in the room, and then when I realize it's iced tea, I just sweet tea. I slowly sit back down and take a very generous swig out of my flask. And I start rummaging around in my in my bag.
Franklin, I think these nuts are for you. I can't.
She says, "Oh yes, Stephen, thank you. Please, guests, please enjoy. We will not be here for long. I will remember to keep my tale short." So anyway, my grandpapa,
I side-eye Stephen as he leaves the room. You know what you did.
He went to the farthest reaches of the kingdom, of the world. I don't even know. All of his travels are recorded in books. I spent so much time organizing And he had scribes to take down his stories. Unfortunately, my dear grandpapa, he has passed long time since. Actually, when I was a little girl, but I loved hearing his stories. I loved him showing me. He showed me all of his treasures. Anyway, he went out to the world and he brought back his treasures. And so he enhanced the value of our manor by filling it with wonderful, delightful, wondrous items from around the world. And me, as a child, in my love of organizing and cleanliness and everything in its place, I took it upon myself to add to our estate by keeping all of his wondrous treasures dutifully cataloged. Everything had a place. Everything had a place to be. Everything was described. I took my time. I made little cards out of these little pieces of paper, and I wrote down the name of the item and the origin of the item and a description of the item. And so everything that my grandpapa had brought back has been labeled and sorted and organized. And I did this and I kept this through my childhood as I sat on that chase that you were sitting on, lovely, lovely guest. And I sat right there with my little note cards and I took very studious, very diligent notes to make sure that everything was preserved, that knowledge was preserved, that everything would be organized. And I took them all downstairs into our dungeon. And so I guess it's not a dungeon. To me, it's a lovely place. No sunlight down there, no windows. Everything's underground. You don't
I
have
give
to
the others a
worry
side
about
eye.
you don't have to worry about, the UV rays degrading your paper, degrading your items. They are all preserved beautifully in the wonderful cold of the dungeon. Anyway, I spent many
Is
hours
there-
as a child.
grandpapa
do-
You
is
just
now?
said it was a dungeon. Then
Do
you said
her-
it was twice.
We call it a dungeon as a joke. It's really a storeroom, right? My mother, she did not like me down there. She called it a dungeon. And so I kept calling it a dungeon, to annoy her. To me, it's a dungeon, but a dungeon in the most affectionate way.
Oh,
do her teeth look normal?
Your teeth? My teeth?
I'm looking at her while she's speaking. Like, do her teeth look normal?
She definitely has dentures.
Okay.
They're like they're like pretty well made dentures. They don't look like dentures at a glance, but if you like watch her and study, you can tell they're like they're kind of
Vampire
oversized.
dentures.
But they're not like pointy.
I'm gonna come
Oh
out
my
and say,
God.
No.
say what Vomira is asking for. Are you a vampire?
No, I am nothing. My life has been not nearly as exciting as that. Oh goodness, if only. No, so what happened was my grandpapa died, and my father, that rat bastard, my father, he actually was the first one in a succession of us who did not do a thing to better the estate, to better the manor. All he had was children. That was all he did to better the estate. He produced heirs to continue. Did not improve. Anyway, whatever. My rat bastard father, as soon as my grandpapa, or not as soon as, but soon after my grandpapa died, he was very worried, and he married me off. There was an arranged marriage. I didn't know anything about it. One day, as I came back up from the dungeon as I was done doing my organizational duties and making sure everything was in his place, I was swiftly told that I was to be married off, and the next day, my husband came. There was a very small ceremony. I was thrown in a carriage, and off I went. And so for the past 60 years, I have not seen my home. I have been away tending another home and another estate, and I have not seen my beloved Bumberdill Estate until very recently. The last few days, I have fortuitously, my also rat bastard husband has died. And so a few years ago, my rat bastard father died. And so now my rat bastard husband has died, and I can return to my home sweet home. However, as I'm sure you see, the place is a mess. This is an absolute disgrace. I have every single free hand working diligently to clean and to just reset everything, right? It all needs cleaned, it all needs scraped, it all needs repainted. All of the curtains, all of the draperies need pulled down. We're gonna have to do that at night so the sunlight doesn't come in. Again, it's very, very bad for my constitution. Again, I forget myself. I'm so sorry. She looks around and sees you guys like obviously not comfortable. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So I took one of my grandpapa's wondrous items and I used it to summon you here because I need help. So all of the current help, I trust none of them. I mean,
I
so
don't
they
either.
they are. So not that they're not trustworthy. They are all very diligent and very trustworthy, but they are a little childlike in that they are not aware of dangers and that they are not aware of things that perhaps maybe they should leave or that are best left alone. And so I do not want to risk them just because they are not aware. They are not of the world. They never leave. Nobody leaves. My grandpapa, who left and gathered these items, was the only one who ever left. Everyone else is from here. They stay here. Everything is good and safe and wonderful because we have cultivated that. So I need adventurers to go into the dungeons that I have not been, and I am now in this state too frail and too old and too just not. I'm not of sound and able body to go down there. You see, now that I have returned, I am so excited to be back. I am throwing a party. It is going to be the most lovely, marvelous party. As soon as this house is cleaned and restored, and we can put up, the proper decorations, there's going to be a party. There are going to be so many people here. And to celebrate my return, I would love to have some of my most cherished items that I remember from a girl. It has been years and years and years though, so I do not remember everything that's down there. But who knows? Lord knows what's happened since I've been gone. I don't know. I know the items are there. My rat bastard father is an idiot, but he's not dumb enough to have taken anything out of the manor, right? So he might have gone down there, he might have moved things around, he might have poked his nose around to see what is down there, even though all he had to do was look into my catalog. He would have found all of the things that are numbered, he would have found their descriptions, but no, because he's a dumbass rat bastard. That's not good enough for him. He has to go down and snoop and poke. He does not like dark spaces as much as me, though, so I'm sure he did not go very far. But I do not know what awaits you in the dungeons. When I left it, it was beautifully tidy and organized. Everything was in its place. There are wondrous things down there. And so what I am requesting of you, what I need your help with, is to go down and fetch some of my items for me so that this party can truly be a triumphant return of me coming back home. And so, I know there's lots of things down there. I do not need them all. I do not remember everything that is down there. However, I can tell you that I put labels in the rooms as well, right, to keep a nice catalog of where everything is. And so the rooms are labeled with letters from the alphabet. And I remember as a little girl, I had dreams of becoming the queen, and so I put my favorite items in the rooms that have the letters that spell queen. So if you find a room labeled Q or U or E or N, those likely have my favorite items because I remember as a little girl, I thought it was good luck. So if you would bring me back at least 5 items from the dungeon, whichever 5, again, I do not remember what's down there, but I know I had favorites, and again, I know that my favorites are most likely to be in that room. The rooms with the Q, U, E, and N. If you do this for me and they are pleasing enough, so be, and I'm also trusting, your worldliness and your knowledge that, and I've at this point told you enough about myself, I think, if they are pleasing enough to me, the items that you bring back, I will let you each keep an item that you find down there. So feel free to look around, to explore. Remember, though, these are wondrous items from across the world. I cannot be held accountable for all of their properties or what they might do, but every item down there is labeled. So they all have names. They all give you accurate descriptions. There is nothing down there that, if it has a label, the label is true to what the item is.
How did they move? Are they all alive or something? That they just kind of move themselves? If your father didn't go down there and mess with them, and you didn't go down there and mess with them, and are they alive?
So maybe everything's still perfectly organized. I don't know. I haven't been down there for 60 years, and at this time in my current state, I cannot go down there. Maybe everything is still where it was. I, however,
Hey,
have a
Steven!
feeling.
Can you carry Miss Theodora down into the basement?
Stephen cannot. If I could go to the dungeon, I would have gone. It was a treasured. These are treasured memories from my childhood. I would love nothing more than to step down to the dungeon again and explore those rooms and discover all the items that are down there. But I cannot.
That's fair. I guess we can help you out there, Miss Theodora. And I pull one of the nuts that I'd squirreled away into your hair out and start shelling it on top of your head, and and say, but I don't know if one item each is gonna be a fair exchange. You said there's a lot down there. Are we? What are we talking about here? We talking about like 20 bajillion mimics or some shit? I'm getting
Oh
really
no!
altered.
Oh no, I would
So-
have not. No, no, no. I would not have spent my childhood messing with mimics. I don't. I've read about such things in books, but again, remember, my grandpapa brought each of these items back from his adventures. He must have seen each one and judged it to be worthy to add to the Bumberdill estate. So everything down there has value.
Man, guys, she's being real chill. So I think we should probably do what she wants. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I like things.
And she just looks at you with a very vacant face and a smile.
Franklin?
I just look back at her with like resting bitch face.
I like these items would
That work?
just add the right atmosphere, the right tone. It's a display of the Bumberdill family. Not fortune. That's not the right word, but it's the Bumberdill. Not even wealth, but it shows our spirit. It shows the
Influence.
our not really our influence. It's the things we believe in. These
Spirit?
are our core values. Is to just continue to enrich our family. And so I would love to
Okay.
display and to have, not just for old time's sake, to it would make my party so much better for me to be able to look upon some of my favorite things, but it would also then just add the correct vibe, if you will, or je ne sais quoi to the party when guests come to see these wondrous items from across the land.
Right. Well, everyone else cleans up around here. I got a quick question about your backstory, real quick. You said it was your dad that did nothing but have children and heirs. That's right.
Correct. My rat bastard
So-
father.
When did you come into possession of the mansion, and where are all your brothers? If you are now in charge,
I am
you
the
said
oldest.
no one ever leaves.
I am not in charge. I am here.
Oh.
I have returned.
Okay.
I was finally able to return, right? So as long as I had a husband, I was not able to return. And as long as my rat bastard father, who married me off and took me away from, or sold. He didn't sell me, right? He married me off to get rid of me for whatever reason. We did not agree on many things. So now that he is dead, and now that my husband is dead, and I can return, I'm released from my duties as being caretaker of his estate.
Yeah, I don't
'cause
think
now
she
we
killed
have
him.
children.
She would have done it way sooner than 60 years.
Well, I was just wondering if she had a whole lot of brothers and she wasn't well liked by her father, she wouldn't be the heir unless there were no more brothers left. And
It's been 60
Correct.
years.
can't
No,
leave
there's
here,
a lot of horse
right?
accidents that can happen in 60
I am
years.
not. I am not in charge here. If I was in charge, things would be much different. Although I have returned and scolded, the people in charge for allowing everything to fall into disarray. This is against the
Oh.
values of my family. The house, the whole
Okay.
point of my grandpapa, my great great grandpapa's vision was to continue to build and to continue to enhance this investment that he put in and this work that he put in to continue to
I
grow
see.
and build the family. Not necessarily wealth. It's not about material wealth. It's about prestige more than that, right? And it's about
Yeah.
creating good things for the people that
Yeah,
come
you
after
want
you.
like a royal court hall where you display all your finest treasures so that when people come to pay you respects, they're impressed.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then we get the respect that our Bumberdill family deserves for the work,
Sure.
the work we've put in.
And this item that you said you used to bring us here, was this consumed?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes, but there are many, many wondrous items in the dungeons. I assure you, I remember as a girl, I spent so many hours down there because it was just delight after delight after delight.
Wow.
But again, you have
That's-
to be savvy. You have to know,
Uh,
right?
I'm
You can't
very
just,
worldly.
These are
Yeah.
wondrous items, right? They can be misused and they can sometimes be dangerous.
Good. Very excited to get
This
started.
is why I used the wondrous item that I did and consumed. It's gone now, to bring you here. To I asked for very capable and able adventurers that would know, be able to use caution and wisdom while in the dungeon, and
Yeah.
to be able to discern and to be able to. So if you're well adventured and well of the world, you'll be able to recognize the most dazzling and the most impressive and the most delightful items that are down there to then bring back, or
Oh,
to
that is
choose, to
just.
be very discerning in your choices.
I will be so discerning. I will use my artiste's eye when finding these items. I've seen some very cool things in my day. Very cool.
I have trust.
And
I have full trust in the wondrous items, and my great grandpapa, or my grandpapa, his discerning wisdom. And so I know that as I ask the item to bring me discerning people, it will, because that's the trust and faith that I have in my family, except for my rat bastard father. May he
oh
die
yeah,
die
my
and
bastard father. Yeah,
lie and not rest. The opposite of rest. Lie and disgruntlement.
I get that. I've got a mean father too. So, all right. Last question. So you have no idea what's down there currently. You have no method of like seeing or like understanding or anything of what's going down on that.
I
There, right?
vaguely recall what is down there. There are some items.
Well,
There's
you have
not
no ability to
much.
look, right? Or
So
So I
sense or
cannot look.
anything.
I used to have a catalog that listed
Yeah.
everything, and I
That's
do
gonna
not
be
know
an-
where it's gone.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna do an insight check for 19 to see if she really doesn't have the option to look down there while we're in there.
Yeah, no, she is. Theodora is unable to go into the dungeon.
Okay,
She's
I look at
actually
the
real sad
other.
about it.
I feel
Thumbs up.
I feel real bad too, to some degree too, considering her story, and she's been being pretty straightforward and awesome here. So I start picking some of the crumbs out of her hair and tossing them off to the side.
That's nice of you. Well, hey, we'll do this for you for sure. And then
good.
if you really want to, once we have it all cleared up, we could carry you down there using one of our special methods and give you a tour. It'll be beautiful.
Yeah, but we should probably clear the way first. I don't want to be the result
Yeah,
of
for sure. Let's clear the way first. Yeah.
I don't want
We-
Granny tripping over or falling out, screaming at a spider, or
We will
on
discuss
downstairs.
this upon your return. I encourage you to fully explore the dungeons, fully explore everything you can. There are many rooms. I forget how many. I remember that I used to be very diligent in my labeling and very thorough and precise. And
That's
so
great.
I hope. My greatest wish is that they are exactly how I left them, that nobody has gone down there. But I suspect that that's not the case. It's been a very long time. They are very intriguing to some people. Not everybody in my family is diligent as I am, and I do not know what you will find. So I will warn you. However, when I left them, they were a lovely place, full of, again, just wondrous things for my grandpapa's travels.
Great. Let's go. Yeah. Do you have any like healing potions or anything you could lend to us in case we run into any trouble down there? I don't know if we're gonna be like overwhelmed, or because you said you were expecting more of us.
Well, unfortunately I have just arrived here not very long ago. I do not know what is in that. You might ask Stephen. Stephen might know where something is. Again,
Oh my
this
God.
this manor
lean
has
down
fallen to such
and
disrepair.
whisper.
It is so disappointing. I've not had a time to send for supplies and to send to resupply what is here. So again,
Totally
anything
understood.
in the house is at your own risk. Unfortunately, I have not been here. I cannot account for the current state of affairs.
Got it. Okay.
Lean down and whisper in her ear, "Here's fire, Stephen. He tried to feed me bad nuts."
I will look up at you and be like, I will take that into consideration, good sir.
I'm pretty sure Steven's her brother.
I don't think so. Stephen, are you her brother?
I mean, where are they?
Stephen goes, hardly, little sir.
I wouldn't have thought so. Why would he be serving her then? They'd be sitting here together. Maybe he'd be
I
down
don't
in the
know.
basement.
I don't know. All right, let's go. This is gonna be fun.
So she yells, Steven, show them the door. And so Steven leads you to a pretty sturdy looking door, a wooden door in the kitchen. So it's in the back corner of the kitchen. And he opens it and leads that way. And so there are going down and anticipation of your arrival, there are some like torches on the wall that have been lit, but he gives each of you a lantern.
Ooh, thank you.
Just a regular lantern, like an oil lantern.
Just like glass sides. It's square glass sides and a triangular top, and it's an oil lantern.
Thank you very much.
I glance around, see if he was hiding any good nuts.
You see nothing fresh in the kitchen. Everything in there looks very old.
I want to look a little bit harder while they're getting situated. Can I roll a perception or an investigation or something?
A real investigation.
14.
14. So you look around and you notice that there is like a cabinet that's half open and there's some cheese in there. And so because it's a hard cheese, it's still good to eat. It's been it's survived.
am I close at all to this?
Yeah, you can see him. He's like a couple feet away from you.
Oh, I take two, 3 quick steps and like snatch that shit.
I don't care about that anyways. It wasn't any nuts. You can have it. Cheese makes me constipated.
Everything else is just like pickles or like canned beets or like pickled vegetables or old cans of tomato sauce.
Okay, maybe he wasn't bogarting the nice nuts. Maybe everything here just sucks. All right, to the basement.
Okay, so he wishes you farewell and good luck. So that's when you appear. You go down. So as you go down like 3 or 4 flights of stairs, and the wood paneling on the wall slowly turns to like stone. It gets a little damp. Or it's not super damp, right? It's not as damp as you would expect it to be. It's actually much nicer. It's like a nice cellar type atmosphere, right? So like the walls are stone. You can tell that they were professionally laid, or whoever laid them took their time and like did a good job. And so again, we're in this is a little ghetto, so there's no walls or doors, unfortunately. And so anytime you see a blue rectangle, that is a door. And so if you ping it, I will then reveal the room behind it for you. Like that's the action of opening a door is going to be pinging it. So blue rectangles are doors. You can disappear into the blackness. I guess I can rescue you if you really get lost in the blackness. But I'm only going to reveal certain areas of this blackness.
Okay. Well, she said that we should find the rooms labeled Queen first.
And you're probably going to need to give us control of the character tokens.
How do I do that?
Right click on them. Or I think it might be double click.
Oh, it is double click. What do I do? I can give them a name. Representative character.
That sounds like you're on the right menu. I'm just trying to remember what it's called right now, though.
Location, aura. I'm in settings. GM notes. Oh, controlled by.
Yes,
so
that's what it's called.
Save settings. Controlled by Matt. Settings.
Yeah.
All right, now you should be able to control your characters.
You said there's letters on the door, or
no? The letters, you'll see the letters when you enter the rooms, but all you see is just doors. These are all just closed, identical doors. There's nothing special about them. There's nothing remarkable or that says they're any different.
Well, let's take this a little cautiously since there's only 3 of us. Let's walk out the space that we can without opening any doors to make sure there are no surprises, and then we could start.
I can check for traps.
If you could. Oh yeah, Valboira, and then I'll do a little hand signal to you, which you recognize as thieves can't. I am a thief too now.
Oh Lord.
Ooh.
I like say that out loud. I don't like make a face right. I literally just like blatantly
I
like
put my hood up.
Where'd you get that hood?
Oh, it's not an actual hood, it's just one of my bugs.
Oh, that makes sense. They're getting pretty big.
I know.
Who's got the best investigation, or I guess maybe traps?
Okay.
Traps is probably the best route. Yeah, probably search for those
Yeah.
first.
So
We'll go
would you like me to roll investigation for that?
I will
Sure.
help.
No. Aha, it is good. Sweet. 18.
Is there help coming?
Oh, I thought it was she just got advantage. Sorry, let me look.
I can roll advantage.
No, I think
sure.
Because it's investigation, right?
Yeah.
Are you doing guidance though?
Oh, yeah, I'll do guidance instead because I don't actually have investigation as a skill.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, I do, but I'm not proficient, and it's a -3.
Yeah, that might be bad.
So I'll do here. You get +4 from guidance.
All right, so it's like over 20. So, looking down this hallway and considering these doors in the hallway. So up until this junction, right? There are no quote unquote traps. However, because you rolled so high, you do notice there's a couple loose stones in the floor you could trip over.
Careful. You might trip.
Are they loose stones because we could trip, or are they hiding something? Perhaps we should try to lift them.
Which ones are loose? I just scuttle across to all of them, trying to shake them.
There's one there, and there's one down here.
I go down to that one and try to pry it or wiggle it.
So it's a pretty large stone. So you can wiggle it, and it moves a little bit, but you can't lift it up.
Watch out! I'll send my swarm to pick it up.
Okay. I take a couple steps past the loose stone and look back. With my lantern.
From Franklin's shell suddenly bursts this massive swarm of dire crickets. Oh wow, I was getting crapped in there. Oh, hey guys, can you pick up these loose stones and see if there's any cool energy?
So they pick up the stone, or they go under the stone?
I think they would try to... I guess the smaller ones would go under, and the bigger ones would try to pick it up. But I guess I'll send the small ones under. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume the big
They'll
one
crawl under it and
yeah, so the big ones pry the stone up, because it's a large stone. It's like a foot long, and so they pry it up, and the little ones go under, and they scurry under, and they're down there for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, a couple like 15 seconds go by, and you're like, oh, and then all of a sudden they come back up, and they say, or I don't know, do they talk to you? What do they do? How do they relay information back?
I believe they talked to me. I think we had a specific one at some point that was name was Ferdinand, and he was the spokesman.
Yeah.
All right, so Ferdinand, however he does, relays to you that there is a tunnel under this rock. So there has been something going in, but it's not like a people-sized tunnel. It's definitely like a creature. There's just like a critter of some sort that has, lived down here. A burrowing critter.
Really?
You can't tell what kind. It's not an insect. It's not, necessarily anything like a big bad scary, but there is some sort of critter that has been burrowing. And so that's like he said he found the other. So this is connected to the other stone that's loose. And there's a tunnel connecting them. There's like a burrow type thing farther. He didn't go all the way down. He explored as much as he thought was reasonable, but it's pretty extensive.
Wow. Okay, I'll relay this information. It appears that there's a tunnel system under us right now of small proportions. What would you guys like us to do?
Should probably just ignore
Well,
that and
let's
go to the
just-
doors.
Keep looking at doors with letters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does it start off at A?
So there's no letters on the door. All the doors are just plain.
Mm.
What the?
Why don't you try opening that one that you're right next to, Vamira?
Or I
Is that
try
what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it locked?
And so it is not. Well, no, it opens for you. I'm just getting around to getting. So you open the door and you see the room.
Do I see a letter anywhere?
You should.
Hanging from the
I
ceiling.
mean, I see it on the map. I just wasn't sure if my character.
Oh yeah, they're on the floor. You can tell they've been
okay.
embossed by some magical way. The floors,
Okay.
the stone in the floor has been. It's not quite etched and it's not quite painted. It's more permanent than paint, but it hasn't scored the rock like etching would. That's embossed somehow.
Having seen that you
Okay.
didn't explode, I would jump onto Franklin's shoulder and then jump onto yours, Vamira, from Franklin's and go, looks like
I
letter
shoot
A
him
for this
off.
room.
I throw him off.
And just because these, I will say, just because these surfaces in here, whether they're chests or tables or whatever, look empty, it doesn't necessarily mean they're empty. And just because they have things on them doesn't necessarily mean that they are full of things. So I just these are placeholders. These are shelving or tables or whatever. I just couldn't put all the objects in. So there are things in you'll have to ask me if there's things in rooms or not.
As soon as Shakira or whatever jumps on,
Eddie. Eddie's fine.
I immediately throw him off of me. And then I step into the.
Do you just throw him off? You onto the floor, or do you throw him against the wall?
I throw him into the room.
Oh.
Can I roll against that? I would like to stop that.
You can roll an acrobatics.
So yeah, because I'm acting as a.
He's just trying to trigger, and he traps him there with a squirrel. Squirrel.
It's a 13.
Can I roll a strength to throw him off?
You can roll
or
a sleight of hand to try to throw him off, because you're trying to be quick about it and catch him off guard. So try a sleight of hand. Oh, so her arm. So Eddie, you have quick reflexes, right? So.
I'm a rogue. I'm dexterous as fuck.
Yeah, so Vamira manages to reach up and grab you, right? So she does that, and you can tell you freak out. So she actually grabs you and goes to throw you, and right, so you can't do anything about that. But in midair, you are able to somersault and use inertia to upright yourself and control where you land. So where would you like to land in the room?
Probably. I wouldn't expect that in doing that I could reach all the way over to the things that are holding items, whether or not they be dressers or shelves or whatnot. But that's what I'd be getting close, trying to aim for and getting close to.
Okay, so you land in front of this table-looking thing.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens to you. You just land on the floor.
Hi.
I start looking around to see if there's a theme for this room.
So there doesn't seem to be a theme. There's not really any decorations in here. This room does seem less dirty than upstairs, right? There's less dust on things. There's not Right. It seems like maybe people have been here recently, or
Are there things at all?
Yes, there are 3 things. So on this bookshelf, we'll say, or shelf, there is a lute, and there are 2 leather purses, and then
Oh, I
on.
snatched the leather purses.
Okay, so again, every item has a tag on it. So you notice that there's this little paper tag that's attached with a little string, and it has writing on it.
What does the writing say?
So the writing says that these are labeled. I should have been ready for this. So these are
Dried
labeled.
plums.
They are
These
twin
are
purses.
labeled.
Yeah, these are twin purses. There is an enchantment on them, and the enchantment is that anything placed in one bag can be retrieved from the other. It also has a little note that says history. These purses were owned by a set of twins who shared everything. They shared their lives, their homes, their meals, even their money. They were together always, and while many deemed it odd, they were content.
Oh my god. I need
I
that.
reached my hand in to
I
see
need that.
anything inside.
Yeah, so you stick your hand in one purse, and if somebody else looks in the other purse, they can see your fingers.
But is there anything in?
There isn't anything in them.
I toss them back on the shelf.
After seeing her toss them on the shelf, Franklin will dash forward and grab them. Oh my god.
What you gonna do with
Alternative B?
Yeah.
Ow. We could hold hands with each other all the time.
Me and you?
Well, I mean, be it whoever, really.
Oh, okay. There's something else over here, though.
Oh yeah, sure. What's that?
Yeah,
I
so there
keep
is.
holding on to those.
So there's a lute, and then there is also a little silver circle, and attached to it is a what almost looks like a shrunken head. So there is the little circle of silver has hair tied to it, and the hair is attached to a little tiny head.
Is there a tag?
Yes. It says Screaming Keychain, or it says number 893, Screaming Keychain. Enchantment. This keychain screams comically when dropped. History. The keychain was purchased from a tourist shop in a small town named Gales, which is known for its many dangerous cliffs. Many have fallen to their deaths on the Gales cliffs, but their beautiful sights remain a popular tourist attraction.
I take it and throw it at Vermira.
I dodge it.
Roll to dodge. Roll roll
Acrobatics?
a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving? Okay.
14. She dodges out of the way. It bounces off of the wall and onto the floor, where a just shrill scream comes out, like piercing. Like you can't hear anything else but this piercing, shrill scream.
So I clap my hands over my ears, I run out of the room, and I close the door behind me.
I follow quickly behind as she's closing
Is
the
he
door.
quick enough to make it before I slam the door?
Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw, Trakira. Where's Franklin?
He's still in there.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Well.
There.
Wait, do I roll Dex?
No, you're in charge of this. So Valmira obviously is through the door. I'd say Trakira gets out of the door. What are you trying to do, Franklin?
Throw the bag outside the door and jump through the bag.
I mean, Franklin is now alone with the bags.
And a screaming, shrieking, shrunken.
And a screaming thing, yeah. I guess he will pick up the screaming thing and put it back onto the table.
As soon as it leaves the floor, Yeah, as soon as it leaves the floor, it stops making noise.
Okay. Oh God, that was really loud. I put it back onto the table, and then
I open the door just behind him. You made it stop. How do you do that?
you just pick it up. It is remarkable what cleaning up after yourself can do.
That is pretty remarkable.
Yeah. So that lady can't see us.
Can't
We could
see
just
ya.
put items in our bags.
Oh yeah, maybe. I mean,
She'd probably know eventually.
especially if it's like a bulging bag. But my nutsack would do pretty good. I don't know
Yeah,
if
we've
anybody
got
else
something.
has like an unlimited storage space.
We do, yeah. We've got a mansion actually of our own. Hey, I got a question for you. Just like I have the ability, and I hold up my skeleton hand, to craft any food that I want. Do you have any like specific nuts in your bag that you wish you had just like one more of? Like a
Ooh.
really rare one that you've always wanted to try but haven't because you've only got the one?
No, but there is
Oh.
one particular one that I am very much looking for, and I have not found it yet. It is very, 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 very rare. Ultra
Oh,
rare.
yeah.
It's called a world seed.
World seed. What's it look like?
Kind of like a nut. I don't know. I'm not very. I haven't seen any pictures or any real descriptions. Just the word in a
Huh.
few very obscure texts.
Well, let's give it a shot. I'll pull out some clay and try to make a world seed. I have no idea what it is, but I just will a world seed into existence. Because it's edible, right? You can eat it. I could make edible stuff.
So, what you result in is in the palm of your hand, just like a toy, like like in Franklin's head. What ends up occurring is just like a small model globe of what you think a world looks like. So it's not accurate to
Wow.
anything.
That's amazing. I thought the world was flat. Now I know it's a circle.
Yeah, buddy. It's definitely a circle.
Well,
Well,
my
kind of more like a
religious
sphere.
texts say that it sits on pillars. It makes total sense, right? Anyway.
Just turtles all the way down.
Just turtles all the way down. All right, let's go. We leave the room. I will take the little note for the bags with me as well. I really want to try something at some point before we leave here.
Okay, I open the next door.
Okay.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Bam. 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 Okay. That's the next room.
Ooh. I scuttle into it, kind of warily, looking around to see if there's any loose tiles before I step on them.
That's fair. There are no loose tiles in this room.
Looks like there's a whole bunch of other stuff in here. I don't know what's going on.
There's 4 items in there, and so there's some shelves with books on them as well. But you notice of all the items in the room. So sorry, there are 4 items with tags on them.
What do the other 4 items have? Or other stuff? Oh, the
I
books.
try to go into this room around the corner.
I'm going to catch up with Romira quickly a second and hand her something. Here you go. And then run
This
back.
one.
Oh, thanks.
What's in this?
Yeah. Ping the room.
This one.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna go ahead and open this door.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Damn.
And you look around and you see there's 4 items with tags on them in that room.
I look at him.
Each one?
Yeah. Is there any that like more interesting from the get-go?
So there's some weird things in that room, see. So I'm going to say that in room I, Etrakira is looking at an item labeled growing crystals. And it's labeled 829 growing crystals, and it's a velvet bag of 1d12 tiny crystals. And when placed, the thing says enchantment. When placed into the ground and watered regularly, these tiny crystals grow as if they are alive. History. No one knows where this object came from or why it came to be. But in room C, in the meantime, you, Volmyra, are looking at a an object that's labeled as a jelly specimen.
I do not.
So it is
Amazing.
It's number 892. It's an appearance. It's a small wicker bug box filled with leaves and sticks. A small cube of pale blue jelly that wiggles and plops around the cage, absorbs leaves, and shivers slightly. The enchantment on it, the tag says, this object does not appear to be enchanted. It says history. This jelly is simply a small piece of a larger living jelly, collected by a scribe who wanted it for research purposes. However, after studying it for so long, the scribe became rather fond of the little jelly, and the two became close friends.
Yeah, I put it back and then pick up the next one.
So next to that, there is an eye in a jar.
Okay.
And
Ooh,
it is...
Does it have like hex properties or like anything magical about it? I actually invest, like I actually look at it very closely.
So it's a blue human eye, and it's floating in a jar of clear liquid. And the little tag says enchantment, : the eye in this jar rolls and moves as if alive. The history, no one knows where this object came from or why it came to be. That's all that's on the tag.
I keep it. And on to the next.
Make sure you remember what room you got it from in case we need to put it back.
All right.
Keep the tag with you. It probably says.
So in room I, are you guys still looking at stuff? Did you do anything with the glowing crystals? Or growing crystals?
I seen the glowing crystal or growing crystals, and was wondering what else was there before. Not just cataloging before I touch anything.
So there's also, you see next to it, a unicorn horn. It says item 830, unicorn horn. The appearance is a long, spiraling unicorn horn with a chunk of skull still attached at the base. The little tag says enchantment dash. Though this horn registers as faintly magical, it does not appear to be enchanted. And then it reads history dash. Unicorn horns are considered by many to be a powerful remedy for 100 different ailments. Though being rare, they're incredibly expensive. This horn was harvested by a woman who made a decent living hunting down unicorns and selling their horns to apothecaries and wizards.
Did we have to get a unicorn horn in our game? It was a different game. Never mind.
Pretty useful.
That's fine.
That's two items. What's the third and fourth?
Okay. So in room I, the third is a snow globe. And it says, oh goodness. Item 840, points for a snow globe. And it looks like a snow globe. The inside's the shape of a tormented demon covered in snow. It says enchantment dash. The snow globe is filled with holy water. A knowledgeable user will know that the demon inside is real and has been sealed by some powerful cleric. If the snow globe is broken, the demon will escape and attack. History dash. Once there was a town called Points Rest. It was a peaceful town in the homes of an elderly cleric retired after spending her life banishing demons. However, one of the demons she banished tore its way back from hell and wreaked havoc on the small village. Finally, the cleric had finally had enough strength, and she easily sealed the demon away into the snow globe to suffer for an eternity. And then the last item is a set of gloves. It is item 925. The tag reads, isolate gloves. Appearance dash, a pair of thin silken gloves with runes of negation embroidered onto the hem. The enchantment is that these gloves do not conduct magic. Magic cannot pass through the gloves, neither from inside nor from the outside. History dash. These gloves were worn by a noblewoman who was secretly the daughter of a red dragon. Her magic was innate, and because she was not taught, she could not control it. Instead of struggling to control the flames that often flared from her fingertips, she decided to wear these gloves day and night.
Oh.
So those like anti-magic gloves?
She's really not kidding about these awesome items, man.
Yeah, I know, and she just like left us down here. It really makes me think she's got to have some sort of security feature in place.
Either that or she's seen
Being unimpressed with the 2 items in this room, I leave and I go to the next room.
So you open the door and you see this.
Do I see anything or just like
It's very small, empty room.
I just I don't know if they can hear me, but I just say very loudly. I go to the next one.
I'm guessing she found something unpleasant. I think I'm gonna try and snag this snow globe and put it in my nutsack. Pretty awesome sounding.
You're gonna try to steal it from her?
No, I think there's gonna be more one item. I mean, unicorn horn's pretty cool. I'm
What
thinking
did the
about that
snow
one
globe
too.
do again? That had a demon in it, right?
Yeah, crush it and the demon comes out to destroy shit.
Wow. What would you even do with that? Don't you live like a great life in heaven or working for the gods?
Oh yeah, but they'd love to have this. They just shake it and see the demon in agonizing pain. You know, I can make some pretty good deals with it.
Oh, interesting. That's cool. Like what? So as we walk, I'm just gonna question you about your world. So what's it
Keep
like
walking.
there? Is it like warm? Is it like, do you have a sky? Do you have like, what, is it black and white?
Definitely not black and white. Well, what would that even mean? I don't. Like no color?
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
still
Dimensions
haven't
are
found
weird.
dimensions. Yeah, I guess that's true. No, but it has color. The sky. It has a sky, but we're kind of like
Oh my gosh.
in a cloud palace of sorts of stuff. Like it's just very floofy. It's very
A
nice.
cloud palace. That's amazing. Wow.
Yep. All the beds are clouds. All the
Yep.
furniture and everything is very floofy.
Boy.
Cloud hammocks are the best, though, my friend.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I'd love to try that. I come from a place where everyone's dead
Oof. That's rough, buddy.
and constantly being tortured.
Yeah. I'm guessing.
Anyway,
you're
what's in this room?
I don't know. What is in here?
So you look around room F and you see 2 items with tags on them. You gonna
Are
walk
there
up
just
to
like
one?
items without tags in places? Too?
Yeah, there's some other like less. So in some of these rooms, there's just empty shelves with just a couple items. In some of these rooms, there's just some books laying around. In some of these rooms, there's like just some other unremarkable like stuff. Like you can tell like. So the wondrous items all have tags, but then there's some like other just really mundane, like a broom. Some of these have just like old stores, just like old stuff they didn't have room for upstairs.
Okay. What's the tags?
So in room F, there is a bottle. It is labeled number 747, tasting bottle. It's a small bottle made from gold, and it's inlaid with gems and jewels. And the little tag says enchantment. A new, different, and sometimes exotic alcohol appears in the bottle once per day. History.
Why
This
am
bottle
I
was a
not
gift to
in
a
any of
noble.
these rooms?
This bottle was a
fuck is
gift to a
this?
noble who was known in his circle of friends to have a taste for drinking. Because of its ornate bottle, it was stolen when the house was broken into.
Is there anything in my goddamn?
In S, there's nothing in S. It's just an empty room. You look and there's another bottle in room F, and it's labeled as number 751, the unbreakable bottle, and it's just a plain glass bottle with a rune scratched into the side. And the little tag says enchantment. This bottle is completely unbreakable. And this bottle was carried by an adventurer named Gladys Gloria, a monk who was tired of breaking her potions when tackling her enemies.
Those are so cool. I pick up the bottle that's unbreakable and try to break it.
How do you try to break it?
I just chuck it at the floor, like as hard as I can.
You roll me a strength.
Yeah, I'm not very good at those, so that sounds good. Okay, 11.
So you try, really, like you're really trying, and so you grab it in a very particular way, and you like raise it way above your head, and as you throw it, it actually like rolls off your finger and breaks one of your nails.
Looks like it hurt.
and then it
Oh.
bounces off the floor. It makes some noise, but it bounces off the floor and does not break.
Ching 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 ching.
I'm gonna, while I'm outside, I'm gonna cast Primeval Awareness,
Oh, wait a
which
second.
I will post
Okay.
on my thingy.
So I just want to make sure you guys see. There is a rectangle here and here, and there's actually one right there. I had them, but they might have gotten lost in the...
Yeah.
Nice.
Got lost. I'm gonna yell down the room after I finish cursing at my broken nail. Son of a bitch.
Where did you
The
go,
miter!
Bummer? Oh, I see you now. Okay.
Lamiter! Back this way, there's something that you might be interested in. It's got some alcoholic properties.
I come sprinting down the hallway.
And I point to the
Oh
bottle.
yeah, oh yeah. What you got?
That's I point to the bottle. That's a bottle tasting new exotic
Tasting bottle?
alcohol. Yeah.
I pick it up and look at it.
Yeah, and the enchantment says a new, different, and sometimes exotic alcohol appears in the bottle once per day.
Is it clear?
I take a sip out of it.
It's a small bottle made from gold, but it's inlaid with gems and jewels. And you taste a cinnamony, slightly burning taste when you drink the liquid inside.
Well, okay. Very nice. Quite spicy. Alright, catch it for later.
So you're taking that one with you.
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like Franklin
This
chose
place
a
is
room,
prestige.
and I definitely chose a room.
And so you open this one. You don't notice any letters anywhere, but there's just a bunch of dusty books on the shelves.
Lame. All I do is bookkeeping. I don't want any part of that.
I go back down the hallway and check out this door. What's in here?
So you open the chest that's in there, and you see one item. And you look, it's marked with a tag, and it says it's number 708, box of need. So it's about a 6-inch by 10-inch box made from polished dark mahogany with golden hinges. And the tag says, enchantment, once per week, the user can place their hand on the box and summon any non-magical item they have dire need of, such as rope, candles, blankets, food, and so on. Gold and jewels cannot be summoned, though silver or copper coins will appear when needed. As long as it can fit in the box, it will appear.
How big is the box? I sit down and try to shove it into the bag of holding. It's fine.
Oh, this is supposed to be a good one. For
Yeah,
the lady.
You look around, and you notice that there's there's a chest and a table, and on the table there is one item. One second. There's one item sitting there. It is, and the other item, there's a second item. It's in the chest. So on the table there is a daisy in a vase, and so there's a little the string is tied around the neck of the vase, and the little card reads, a simple, freshly picked daisy. It's item number 873. There's an enchantment on it. It says, this daisy never seems to wilt. And there's a history.
Oh
It says,
my
once a young
God.
farmer stumbled onto a sorcerer's student on the road, causing her to drop her books. The two became fast friends, then lovers. On their first date, the farmer gave the sorcerer this daisy from his fields, and when she brought it home, she placed a spell on the flower so it would never wilt. A permanent reminder of that perfect day.
That's nice.
And then I'm assuming you look into the chest.
Yeah, and then while I have you, I'm gonna cast Primeval Awareness too, which I posted in the text.
Oh
or the
yeah, my
chat.
bad. You said that.
No worries. You're doing other stuff. I get it.
You can sense whether the following types of creatures are present. Ooh. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals. Okay, so you don't. At this moment, there's nothing that's coming into your awareness from that.
Wow. Okay. That lady must have been very kind. I'll open up this chest. I'll also take a look at the other items in the room, like the table, because I don't want to be. I don't want to judge, right? Like maybe it's the table.
Yeah,
That
you can
really-
investigate the table if you want. There's some like parchment there. There's some like old quills that look really dried up. Some like really dried up ink bottles.
I'll look in the
But
chest first, but
inside the chest, there's a white wire cage with a tag attached to it that says number 854, invisible bird cage. And so you hear some noises coming from inside the cage. And on the tag, it says enchantment. It sounds as if an invisible bird is flapping around inside the cage, though there is really no living creature inside. There's no history. Nobody knows where this came from.
oh my goodness, man. Can I? Can I? I'm gonna pull out my poo sigil. Could I go get the Mask of True Seeing to look into this birdcage? From I think Flint's got it.
No, that would be Ruvik who was wearing it, but he's asleep.
Ruvik.
He is asleep inside of the
bitched.
the pocket. Yeah, the pocket rocket.
Because I think that might be very useful right now. So I'm gonna try to go get that.
While you're doing that, I guess I'll try to open this door. Queen has a K in it, right?
I don't think so. I'm not there.
No answer. Oh well.
You say
go
to the
in.
void.
Yeah.
So you walk around. You see there's a chest. There's around the corner. There's a shelf. You see on the shelf. You see 2 tags sticking out of things on the shelf. And then there's a third one in the chest.
Oh, there's a third tag.
Yeah,
the
like
chest.
peeking out from inside the chest.
I guess that's where I started, so I'll start there.
Okay. So inside of the chest, you open it, and you find a small drawstring bag, and it's made from some bright red canvas. And the little tag says item 353 or 735, bag of magic. Enchantment dash allows the user to pull out confetti, doves, sparks, colored flames, flowers, and other simple tricks at will. History dash. This bag was carried by Damien Glass, a young man who wanted nothing more than to become a famous street magician. He left home and traveled from town to town on his way to the capital city, performing small tricks for children.
Okay. Next.
So then you walk over to the shelf and you see a jar, and it's making some noise. So you investigate it a little closer, I'm assuming.
Was it moving?
Inside of it, there are things moving.
I check out
Things.
the room down here.
So you look at it closer, or you look at and you notice there's like little dots inside of it moving around. And you look at the tag, and it says number 966, jar of bees. It's a jar of D100 bees. And there's an enchantment. It says when released, the bees will swarm. The user can command the bees for 1 hour if they know the command word. Nobody knows where that came from.
And there's no command word written on it.
Nope.
You just got to make friends with the bees, obviously. She said swarm. Oh god, that sounds so nice.
And so you look next to the jar of
Yeah.
bees.
Gonna not touch that one.
And there is a dowsing rod made from copper wire and oak sticks. And there's a little tag on it, and it says number 936, water rod. Enchantment dash. This rod will always lead the user towards the nearest source of water.
Aren't we the nearest source of water?
Yeah, I give it a go. I pick it up and try to see if it leads me in any direction.
Oh, and it points straight. Well, it says source of water, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pee a second. See what happens.
So it actually turns you and points you to what you can perceive as west, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Like straight to the wall, towards the west.
I try to put it in the wall. Like I try to find a hole for it to go into the wall. I don't know.
I mean, so the wall is just like stone
Ah, dang.
built
I
up.
walk outside of the room, still holding it, to see if it still continues to point west and keep following
Okay.
it.
It still
Well,
points west
Okay.
until you hit
I'm gonna keep.
the.
That's what I'm gonna be doing for now. I'm gonna keep following it,
What's
Oh, it
in
just continuously points this way.
even
keep
if
paying.
even if I get out into this other hallway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it just keeps pointing into this wall. So can you move really quick? Are you standing? Is there a letter in that room?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so there are. Oh. Yes, there are 3 things in that. There are 3 things with tags in that room. So the first one that you are drawn to is that there is. One second. There is a half full whiskey bottle, and it's full of an amber
Ooh.
caustic smelling alcohol. And a cloth tag has been shoved into the mouth of the bottle, and it's sealed with wax. And so you look at the written tag that Theodora has put on it, and it says number 756 Fireball Cocktail. Enchantment dash. When the tag is lit and the bottle is thrown, the cocktail will explode into a sticky fireball on impact. It sticks to the target and burns violently for 5 minutes.
Ooh, I keep that one.
History dash. The cocktail was originally intended to be a tasty drink, but the bartender soon realized it was too volatile for those with even the strongest constitutions. Troublemakers and mercenaries continued to purchase bottles of the stuff, but few of them ever intended to drink the brew.
Challenge accepted.
And then you look over, and there is also a goodness. Oh no. Okay, no, maybe that one's not in there. Oh no, I lied. There is also a small, strong drawstring bag that's made from bright red canvas.
Mm.
Oh, I mixed these up. So it allows the users. You look at the little bag or the little thing, and it says "Bag of Magic." It allows the user to pull out confetti, doves, sparks, colored flames, flowers, and other simple tricks.
Okay, I put that one back.
And then the last one in that room. You look over and see a miniature instrument case, and it's made of black leather, and it's no bigger than a small loaf of bread.
Mm.
So, do you want to look at the tag?
I do.
It says number 780, Mouse's instrument case. There's an enchantment dash. Though this case is very small, any full-sized instrument can somehow fit easily inside. This is history. This instrument case was once owned by a traveling bard who seemed to get on people's bad side with terrifying regularity.
I put it back, and then I put my head out and yell down the hallway. Has anyone found a room that has the letters of Queen in it?
I'm currently in the little mansion thing, grabbing a mask.
I think you'd probably be coming out of it right now with a mask.
If that's possible, then while I was in there, though, I would have paused, put one of the pouches that I just picked up down somewhere on like a table, take a single jalapeno popper, and then put it into the bat pouch, and then leave.
Oh, okay. You put it
With
in
the
other
mask
pouch.
too.
You put it
Yeah,
in, the
in
other
one
pouch.
of them. I have.
So-
I'm leaving one in the.
Okay, so you're separating the twin purses. You're putting a mask and a jalapeno pepper in one purse and leaving it there.
Just a jalapeno popper. I'm taking the mask
Okay.
physically just
You're
in
taking
case
the mask.
this doesn't work.
Okay.
And then I will exit and then put the mask on and start looking around. I bet this mask of true sight will really help.
And you're probably hearing
so-
an echo from somewhere, but I don't know.
I didn't catch that.
And Vamira was yelling through the
Oh.
halls.
Yeah, I was like yelling to see if anyone found a room that had the letters of Queen in it, because so far I haven't found it.
Yeah, I have E over here. Come over here. There are 2 items.
Can I hear him from that far away?
We have torques.
Oh, we do.
Unless they disappear for this.
Okay, cool. So then I'll look for another room because we need 5 items we need 5 items for her, right?
Yeah, but we have to pick the ones that are best. Also, 2 Vormira with the torque, since I don't think Eddie has one. Hey, I just left the pouch in the mansion, and I put an item in there. Could you open the pouch and see if it's there?
Sure. I opened the pouch.
And you see a jalapeno popper.
Thanks for the snack,
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah, you're so welcome. And then I fist pump. All right. I look at the birdcage with the mask.
And you just see a white birdcage.
Oh,
I don't know what that
no, it
red
isn't a
ping
word.
is. Is
there
there
a
a
room? Is there
No.
a room there?
no?
It seems like there should be a room here. I like Triton knocking on the stone.
So there's no door. It's just solid stone walls.
Also, I did want to say that I put the dowsing rod in the wrong place back in the K room on purpose. Like, purposely.
You bastard.
I
Damn.
don't get to do it in real life, so let me do it in imaginary land.
I'm disorganized in real life, so in this I am a shrine or a cleric of order.
That makes sense.
Everything's got a proper place, so that goes there.
So in the room labeled P, you're looking around. You see shelves that are just full of dusty books and some old parchment.
All right, I leave and go across the hallway.
You were
Hey,
doing
is anybody
something
gonna
there,
come look at
Franklin,
these?
with the true sight and such.
Well, I was just looking at. I'm now wearing it as I explored, and I was looking at the cage to see if there was actually a bird in there, just somehow magically hidden.
In this room you're in, Valmyra, you just see like regular or just stuff that people have put. There's nothing with tags in that room.
Oh, so no letter or anything.
No letter, no tags.
Okay.
Well, I found a Q. Right next to the E. You guys should come over here, I think.
All right.
I'm gonna also message Vermoria. Feel free to start putting stuff into that pouch. We could probably upload it in there. I don't know if you're okay with the moral question of stealing from this lady, but she has no idea what's going on down here, like what was here or anything. I'm just saying.
Oh, don't worry. I've already got my share of tokens.
Sure, but your fair share, or like
Well, we're not done yet.
more?
So
Okay. Wait, did someone say bees?
did you get? So did you get? Do you have 2 items so far for Miss Theodora? So we need to find 3 more.
Well, there's this huge room of this Q room here that looks like it's got a bunch of stuff in it. And over here, and I'll lead her to the E room, and I'll point out this is a flower that doesn't wilt. It's from some love story. Gross. And then this other one is a bird cage that makes sound, but it never stops. And we're looking for stuff that scream queen,
Yeah.
right? Like prestigious.
Let's see if the Q room has anything good.
Oh, yeah, let's go look at that.
Okay, so before we get to the Q room, Etrikir is in room D.
I'm gonna BRB.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Perfect then.
And so out on the table, there's 2 items, and there's like a tag sticking out of the chest.
I just take a quick gander at the stuff in bold.
Okay, so the on the table you see what looks like an instrument, a pipes of some sort, and you see a like a roll of like a roll of like wrapped up tape. But then I don't know if you open the chest.
I take a yeah. I definitely take a quick look in there. Instrument and tape. Yeah, what the heck's in the chest?
Instrument and tape on the table, and then inside the chest there is a yew stick that's half carved into an elegant wand.
Used stick. What did they
A yew,
use
sorry.
it for? Oh,
Y-E-W.
okay.
Like a type of wood. It's a stick. There's a stick. It's only half carved.
All right.
This stick has clearly been used. Look how smooth it is.
Oh, shoot. I already typed or
Bet it
right.
was shoved someone's up someone's ass.
Already started writing USE to you.
And Franklin, as you're walking around, you're not really seeing anything different than what you would without the mask. Everything
Okay.
looks pretty normal.
Good.
Are you going to investigate any of these items a little further, Trakira?
Yeah, I'll definitely look at the U wand.
Yeah. So you pick up you look at the tag, and it says item 921, half finished wand. Enchantment dash. This wand was originally intended to enhance the user's magic. The user has a 50% chance of doing twice the damage. However, if they fail, the enchanted spell backfires, and the user takes the damage instead.
I wonder if I could finish this. What's the tape over there for?
Ooh. Tape.
The wrapped
So
tape.
the tag, yeah. The tag says. Item 669, infinite tape measure. It's a retractable tape measure in a steel case etched with magic runes. Enchantment dash. This tape measure seems to go on infinitely and will always snap back into its case when released. History dash. This tape measure was given to carpenter Phil Andrews as a gift by his children, who often saw him struggling with measuring sticks.
Probably where the stick came from.
I pull out the tape to see how sturdy it is. Like, if I put it on something, could I stand on it if it was extended?
Oh, no, I think it'll bend.
Darn. I put it back on the shelf. I don't need to measure anything. I thought it could get me somewhere. I put the wand back too, because I'll just keep a remembrance of that. That this isn't room D. Room D. I still like my snow globe.
Okey-doke. All right, so room Q. What are you checking out that table you're next to first?
And then I'll just kind of make my way through the other items. This is a big room.
Yeah, so on that first table, there's only one item, and you look over, and there is a butter knife. It's an
Ooh,
ornate
love.
silver butter knife.
Wow.
All right, what's the
This is
tag
nice.
say?
So if you look at the
I
tag,
pick it
it's
up.
item. It says
I
item
shake it.
850. You pick it up, and
Because
you
I'm
notice that
thinking of like our spoons and forks, so I shake it.
you just notice that the knife is pleasantly warm in your hand, and the tag says item 853, ever warm butter knife. Enchantment dash. This butter knife is constantly warm to the touch, the perfect temperature to cut through butter. A history.
That's
This butter
kind of
knife
nice.
belonged to the royal kitchen, where it was sent up to the king's breakfast every morning.
I
Hey,
mean,
this might be a contender. It's
seems
royal.
to be about her.
Yeah, she could butter her toast. She can't move very much, so like this is. I think this is a good option.
I think this is a keeper.
Yeah.
I put it in the bag.
I look back over my shoulder. I hope that Dracura is putting stuff back and keep walking. Let's look at this stuff.
All right, so you're gonna look in the chest.
Yeah.
All right, so in the chest there is a fur stole. It's gray and it's speckled with black spots.
A fur stole?
Yes, it's like a scarf. It's like a long piece of fur.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
You gonna look at the tag?
Sure.
Okay, it says item 805, purr stole. Enchantment dash. The stole is perpetually warm and purrs comfortingly when stroked.
See, this is also perfect for a crazy old lady.
Huh.
What's on this desk shelf thing?
The desk shelf thing.
The thing I'm
Yes.
standing in front of. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. It has a wooden 3 by 3 foot box, and it's made of rough wooden planks. Holes have been drilled into the sides, and the box occasionally rocks and emits a terrible growl, as if a feral animal is trapped inside.
I open it.
It's
Oh,
empty.
shit. Oh. Huh. What's the tag say?
It says item 704 animal box. Enchantment dash. Despite the sounds, this box is entirely empty. It simply emits frightening sounds, discouraging anyone from opening it. History dash. This box was the clever invention of Dias Thrillpeak, a smuggler who spent his days sneaking black market goods from town to town.
Huh.
Wait,
I
so
open it up again. Is it lined with
What happens
anything, or is
now?
it just a box?
It's just a box made of rough wooden planks. Right, and there's holes drilled
nothing
into it.
There's nothing inside.
Interesting.
How small is it?
It's 3 feet by 3 feet.
Oh, that's kind of big.
Yeah,
I leave it.
I don't really see a great use for it. And if I'm gonna steal another item, I'd rather only take one, so I don't like overdo it, But we'll see. I'll look around again for cameras.
I check out this area over here.
So you look on that table, and there is a large dragon scale. It's a color that can't seem to be identified by anybody.
Ooh, what's the tag say?
It says 832, colorful dragon scale. Enchantment dash. This object does not appear to be enchanted. History. Nobody knows where it came from.
I take it to give to Theodora, because what's better than an unexplained object?
I mean, that's true. Everything else, that's true. Everything else here is like got a backstory. This is the only one that doesn't. Is this also the Q robe?
Yes.
Okay, so we got 3 right now, but we got a couple other rooms to check out. So
All right, let's find like the N room or something.
we got the Q and the E. We need the N and the U. Have you found anything else that's cool that I might like? Just questioning.
No. Well, I did find this box that I tried to put into the bag of holding that once a week it'll give you something useful.
Huh.
Like a candlestick or like a bundle of wood or an axe or something.
Sorry, Etricure.
That's pretty
You're
useful.
good.
If you used it, could you like? It's any mundane item.
Yeah. Like non-magical, like physical useful item.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's nice. It's certainly nice to have in our mansion just in case we need anything. Like a junk drawer.
Well, you don't put stuff in it, you take stuff out of it.
Yeah, like a useful junk drawer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Let's check out these here.
I want to check out this one.
Alpha, I'll come with you. Or, well, I'll check this out. Sure, why not? I'm already at the door.
All right. So at your Kira's room, I don't know if you're checking out room R, or if you're just gonna
I
pop in and
am.
see that it says R and leave.
I'm definitely going to just see if there was any items labeled.
So there's only
Actually.
2 labeled items in there. There's a pair of gloves and there's a small ring.
I would definitely look at each one of those.
Okay, so the gloves have a
Just,
tag that say,
Yeah, just the prime bold text first.
yeah, 183 gloves of electric touch.
Hmm.
So they're heavy leather gloves. They have iron fingertips. It says enchantment. 3 times per day, the user can electrocute anything on contact for 2d12 damage.
Yeah.
And then the ring is labeled as item 100, lip ring of smooth words.
What?
It's just a simple silver lip ring, and the enchantment is that it increases the wearer's charisma.
I wish I was over there right
Ooh.
now.
That's very good.
I just nonchalantly pick up the ring and flip it onto my lower bottom lip.
You become the smoothest son of a bitch in town.
He's so cool now. He's got a lip ring. He hangs out with his band. I wonder why some of these rooms aren't labeled. It's gotta mean something, right?
So what's in this unlabeled room?
So in that unlabeled room, you walk in and you open the chest, and there's just nothing in there.
Oh, well, this room is crap. I say loudly. Around the corner.
This is just not your table.
I've been sipping on my flask this whole time.
It's getting trashed.
I'm getting trashed, just like rummaging through.
Don't forget you have that snack, the jalapeno popper.
Oh, I already snacked on it.
It's already gone.
Yeah.
What do we got in B?
So you open the chest, and there's one item in there. It is a long collapsible fishing pole made from bamboo and brass bracings.
Oh, this looks nice. I did a lot of fishing back in my day when I was a child.
So it's labeled as number 665, lucky fishing pole, and there's an enchantment on it. The user becomes incredibly lucky and will usually land a large, healthy fish.
Could feed your critters.
Yeah, normally you guys murder people. That works. I mean, this is nice, but I think I'm gonna leave it. Oh, gosh, it's. I'll remember the door just in case. And then I'll check out that one whenever.
Okay, so Atrakir's going into room O.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to room O. And there's one item in that room sitting on that table. And it's a small tin box. And inside, there's a heavy iron needle, a leather thimble, and 1d20 spindles of brightly colored embroidery thread.
I'm sorry. I'm just dumb. A spindle is the thing that holds thread, or
Yes. Yeah, so
Oh,
they're
okay.
like the wound thing of thread.
does it have a tag, or is it just
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't know. Let me know if you guys want me to read the tags.
Yeah, in this particular case, I'm just
So
befuddled.
It's item 692. It's labeled as spell woven thread. There's an enchantment on it. It says this thread can be used to store spells in the form of embroidered images. The user can embroider as many spells as they wish into their clothing instead of casting them. Then after which they can cast them at any time without expending the spell slot. The spells.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn.
There's a history. This thread was used by a highborn assassin who would stitch her
Wow.
spells into her dress instead of a spell book. They were easier.
Josh is getting some great items.
I put the
Dude, I have like a character I played in a different campaign that like I want that for.
Wow.
I definitely put that in my nutsack all day. I'm sorry, Theodora. I think we're gonna need to barter on some of these, and just put it in my nutsack.
And then Franklin walked into G.
Yeah.
Dude, that can't be right. Hold on a second. I have
My
mislabeled.
wing of riches.
I'm gonna get there.
Is
They are
this
just
is this unlabeled room empty?
yes.
All right.
Yeah,
I
you can
say-
tell.
I say fuck loudly again, and then go to the next one.
Yeah, you can tell there used to be stuff in there, and that they have since. God, dyslexia. I labeled this. It's supposed to be 349, but I wrote down 439. Yeah, so there's just like these ones in the back corner. You can tell there used to be stuff in there, and like recently the stuff's been removed.
Gotcha. So essentially, you're just hearing Romira progressively like quieter and quieter the further it gets.
Angry
Just
like,
keep
and
going
angry.
down just the volume.
Goes down the hallway. Goes further away.
So in room G on that table, Franklin, you see a small stuffed llama. It's made from soft white wool, and you also see a bar of pink soap in a paper packet.
Huh. I'll take a gander at these, and I'm actually gonna send my smaller swarm members back down into those holes to like completely map out the basement. We gotta be sure, because like if she's gonna have a party here, we need to be sure there's not something like lurking below. We were hired to make sure it's safe, so gotta do that. And I tell that to Fernando and send them on their way. So far, it just seems to be like a Ferdinand.
It might just be part of freaking Franklin's character that he just can't remember names.
I mean,
Fernando.
yeah. Fernando. Hey, Ferdinand. I mean, Felix? No, God. So many of you.
It's boss. It's Ferdinand. I think you named me yourself, even. Jeez.
Gee, I'm so sorry. Maybe there's an item of infinite name tags. Here, I look through these items.
All right, so the you pick up the small stuffed llama and you see the tag says item 825 mood llama enchantment dash. The tiny cartoon expression on this llama's face changes to mimic the mood of the user. So the expression on the face mimics whoever's picking it up. So however
I
you're
pick it
feeling.
up and it turns to an expression of rage, and then I put it down. That was weird, and I pick it up. Rage. That's so strange. Put it down. Rage. Ha! Look at the next one.
You pick it up. It's number 826, stain soap enchantment dash. This bar of soap not only doesn't clean away dirt, it actually stains the user's hands a bright pink for 1d6 days.
Weird.
History. Soap such as this can often be found in joke shops.
Oh. That's... Okay. Her catalyzation system is really bad. I walk...
And at your care, you're walking into room N.
Aye, Captain.
And so
That's a
you just
fancy
see
room.
there's just an ancient wooden bowl sitting on that table.
With a tag? Or...
Yes, it has a tag. It says, the tag reads, number 955, Bowl of Need.
Bowl of Need with an N.
N.
Okay.
N-E-E-D. So there's an enchantment. So enchantment dash. When held, the bowl can sense what the user truly needs. If it is something simple and non-magical, such as a bowl of soup or a needle and thread, it appears quietly in the bottom of the bowl, as if it had been there all along.
Holy damn. I think she's gonna need this one. Then I put it in my nutsack. That's Hey guys, I got found an item. I yell. It's in a room N. I think she wants
What is it?
it. A bowl of need. Not mead, not like stuff you drink, but it gives you whatever you need.
But what if you need mead?
I mean, as long as it's non-magical, it says.
Oh, non-magical. Okay. I mean, she's rich though, right?
Yeah, but like, then this could be her new Steven. She won't need Steven anymore.
That's true.
And he's a piece of shit, so, I mean, I might as well give him this to get rid of his job.
So we've got 4 items now. All right. That was, I think, to be kind of like a medium because it's not that prestigious. Because isn't this about like prestige?
Yeah, showing off to her friends.
Right. To be something flashy. Oh, hey, while you're here, you haven't found any cool items that I might like, would have you? Or Etrakira? I don't know where she went right now. She keeps screaming fuck.
Oh, you mean Vamira?
Vamira, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm really bad at names.
Yeah, we're figuring
Wait,
this
what?
out.
I'm just trying to see if Eddie has found any like items that he thinks like particularly suit either of our personalities.
Does Eddie have a? Oh, our personalities. Gotcha.
Yeah,
I'm
like if you happen to
assuming-
find like a big thing of bees or something cool like that, you know.
Yeah.
You like bees? I
What
didn't-
about this room? Or I mean, if there's anything of like some sort of substance to imbibe or magical thing.
Got it. That's what you're looking for, drugs?
I mean, or shiny, valuable things.
Gotcha. Well, there was a unicorn horn. Apparently, those sell for quite a lot.
Ooh, I would be very much interested in a unicorn horn.
That was, I think, in like the first or like the second room when we first got in.
Yeah, it
I
was like
would
in
appreciate that.
room F.
Yeah. So again, let's just reiterate. Like,
Nope, I was wrong. That was the other room.
it was room I.
Yeah.
So speaking of this room you just opened, Vermeer, you open the door and it's just that table's just full of empty bottles.
Damn it.
Yeah, room I has a unicorn horn.
All right, but Franklin has stumbled into room M. Are you gonna check out the chest first, or?
Yeah, let's just go straight line.
All right, so you
So
open
why
up the
don't ya?
chest, and you see a pair of glasses with dark smoked lenses. And the little tag
Those are
reads,
cool.
Item 879, sunlit sunglasses. Enchantment dash. When these glasses are worn, everything appears twice as bright.
I put them on for a second. Wow.
And compared to, you were just looking around with your lantern, right? There's no real other light. You can see everything very clearly and just a bunch of detail.
And combined with my thing of true seeing, do I see any sorts of hidden doors or anything like that?
Nothing hidden. You see a bunch of spiders and spider webs. You see
Oh.
On the ground in the dust.
I'm gonna
like
cast
little...
Speak with Animals. Hey guys!
And they're gonna look at you. So these spiders obviously never see anybody, so they're not very social. They're just gonna kind of look at you and stare and blink.
Are you hungry? I'll pull out probably some guy's foot that we killed at some point.
I don't
my
know if they
shell.
would find that very appetizing. I don't know if half
I'd
So
the-
they
say-
like.
Is there
Well,
anything
then
in
I'll
this
pull
one?
out some of the larvae and I'll offer it to them. They like
Oh.
insects, right?
Yeah, so I feel like if
Yeah.
you put I mean, I don't know if they would like do you stick it in their web? How do you give it to them?
I mean, first I'll like put it on the ground in front of them, and then like gesture and be like, "Food for you," and then I'll pick one up and I'll eat it myself and be like, and then I'll throw one into their web.
Okay, so 'cause they're all hanging out like towards the ceiling. They're all like in their webs at the top. They're not on the ground. Because on the ground, you can see, again, a bunch of like critter footprints. Right? You can't really tell what it is. It's like a strange footprint, but there's definitely some sort of like footprints all over the ground, and none of the spiders on the ground. They're all up at the ceiling.
Yeah, this is starting.
So no, Valmyra, the room that you're in has nothing but empty bottles of all different sizes and shapes, but just they're all empty.
I think there was a room we missed way back here.
Yes, but nobody's in front of that door.
I was just yelling.
Okay.
I was hoping Valmyra would go check that one out and maybe find something cool.
Yeah, okay, so yes, spiders. So they're not really talking to you. You can stick it in their web. Is it wriggling? Is the larva you put up there making any motion, or is it just like?
Oh yeah, like so I have a high animal handling, high nature, or not high nature, but I have nature. So I would know like that they would prefer live bait, etc. So
Gotcha. Yeah. So then, if they see it, they're going to be drawn to it. If it's doing motion, they're going to go over and do their spider thing where they wrap it up.
great. Hey, I was just wondering, guys, what are all these little footprints? Is there anything dangerous down here?
And they're going to look at you and be like, "We don't go on the floor. If we go
Why
on
not?
the floor, we don't return."
Is it because of all these footprints?
If we go on, they're just going to repeat to you. If we go on the floor, we don't return. Stay on the ceiling. The ceiling is safe.
Got it. Okay. I will climb on top of the chest.
That floor is lava.
Well, if you look over at the table, you're going to look over and you're going to see a set of beautifully polyhedral dice made from dusty pink hard candy.
Ooh, that looks fun.
And the little tag says, "What?"
No, go ahead.
Okay, the tag says, item 888, candy dice, enchantment dash. This object does not appear to be enchanted. History, nobody knows where this came from.
Huh.
Is this room empty or?
The room you're in right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no items with tags. It's just a bunch of empty glass bottles.
Well, I snag it.
There's an empty room here if you want to go check that out.
Yeah, I'll go check. Because we still haven't found you or N, right?
We've got 4 items currently.
Right, but we still
And
haven't.
we haven't found you.
Oh, I do see now.
N is
Okay,
here.
So maybe
it's
this one
Q,
is you.
E, N.
Yeah, I see N now. I forgot. Kira was in there.
Yo!
You.
If you want to come and get it, let me.
Soldier
I was
boy,
thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
watch me crank it. Watch me.
That's better. I don't know music.
Are you gonna go check out the table in room U?
Yes.
Okay, you see a large.
I soldier boy up to the table.
You're gonna see a large set.
I do a little you glide over to the table.
Oh, well, on the table is a large.
I'm feeling myself after a handful of sips from that little like fireball.
Oh, I feel like you should roll a Constitution. Right? Isn't that what it is for alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gladly. Constitution save.
Yep.
A 9. So
That did not save.
charisma. Okay, so yeah, so she's inebriated, right? So there's.
Yeah, I mean, there's levels. I can roll like 2 or 3 to figure out like how inebriated I am.
Yeah.
I'll roll. Okay, so
You're pretty wasted.
you know, I'm toasty. I'm not wasted because I saved the one in the middle. So
Yeah, you'd be at least buzzed, is what it is, which is
yeah.
disadvantage on dexterity-based saving throws and advantage on strength-based ones.
Oh, strength. I thought it was charisma.
I thought it was
For
charisma
buzzed?
too.
You also have that, which is where you get it from tipsy, is the first level.
Mm.
So charisma and strength bonus, but dexterity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, you look over on the table, and there's a large sackcloth bag with a flower company emblem stamped on one side.
I'm sorry. There's a flower stamp.
There's a flower company symbol that's stamped on one side
Of a box.
of a large sackcloth bag. So if you look at the tag, it says item 729, cat bag, enchantment dash. Once per day, a screaming, yowling cat will frantically claw its way out of the bag.
What happens to the cat at the end of the day? Is it
I
still
mean,
alive?
So I open the bag to see if a cat will come crawling and yowling and screaming out of it.
So you see a bunch of fur of various colors and textures and lengths inside the bag, but there is no cat at this time.
Go back into the bag.
Curious. I say into the court, yo, Franklin, do you want a yowling cat?
A yowling cat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. It doesn't seem very bug-like.
Yeah, it's more trickster material. I'll leave it.
Okay.
Is
so
there
you
anything else
continue.
in room U?
That's all that's in room U.
All right. Well, if it's the only thing in room U, then I guess I'll take it because we need one more item.
Well, we don't have to pick them out of these lettered ones. Those are just those were her favorites, right?
Yeah, she wanted
specifically
5
requested
items.
from.
She wanted 5 items from those from those lettered rooms.
Well, instead of a bag of a yowling cat, maybe it's the ever not or the forever flower or the bird song one, so that it's pretty.
Oh, the birdsong one's probably better.
Where's the other E?
There's only one E.
That don't make no sense. That's not how you spell queen.
Oh,
There's multiple
there's
items.
a big blank
in-
area over here.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's up with that. Maybe you should search
Um,
M some more.
Yeah, I'll go through the rest of the there seems to be a couple. I don't know if I went through this chest yet. I know I did this table, but
So you open the chest and you see a small bag. And when you open it, you see 10 healthy green oak leaves.
ooh.
And it's
I'll
labeled
read the
item 964, liar's leaves, enchantment dash. When a leaf is placed to the palm of someone's hand, it will immediately wilt after they tell a lie. History. Liar's leaves are an ancient magic used by the people of the temperate southern islands. When someone was suspected of committing a crime, they were brought before an elder and a liar's leaf placed into their hand. If they were honest in their innocence, they were released. If they were lying, they would be punished appropriately.
Interesting.
You should try it. Tell a lie.
I'll pick one up. What do I lie about?
You gotta be
let's
the one
see.
that's lying.
Oh God. Lie. Let's think. What could I lie about? I don't want to conquer the world.
And the leaf shrivels up.
Huh.
Now you gotta tell the truth to see if it's actually right.
Yeah, that's true.
So you take out another leaf.
I like milk.
And it's still a healthy green oak leaf.
Huh. Do you think maybe this came from the world seed tree, or this is cool?
Maybe one of the world trees. Yeah, that's. I mean, those are some of the effects that the world tree can have, because the world trees that inhabit the entire planet, they tend to have quite drastic magical effects.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna take 2 leaves and put them into the pouch. Oh wait, I don't have a pouch. I'll put them in my pocket. I
In
had
your
to give
shell.
these to Moira. Headed by Shell, yeah. And then I'll check out the rest of the stuff in M.
Okay, so you see another object, just what's sitting on the shelf. It has a tag attached to it, but it's just an empty glass sphere with a small golden hatch on one side.
I'll open and close it and then read the tag while I do.
It says item 931, Shatter Sphere, enchantment dash. The user can expend spell slots, filling this orb up with up to 5 spells. The spells will remain in the orb until it is broken, after which all spells are cast at once. History. Many of these spheres were used in the Holy Wars. They were handed out to soldiers who would pelt the opposing armies with spell bombs.
Any
You remain
spell.
intact, making them expensive and rare.
Holy
I will
fuck.
definitely pick this up with a specific thing in mind.
Fuck.
Any spell, huh?
Up
Alright.
to 5.
Oh, there are 5 of them?
So you can put up to 5 spells in it.
Got it. Cool. I will carry that with me for the moment. And then check out these other 2.
Yes, on one of those tables you see a white velvet bag that has stuff in it. And then on the other one you see a sitar.
What's a sitar?
It's a musical instrument.
Very
I'll check
big
out the
wood.
bag first.
So you open it up, it's a white velvet bag, and you see a set of beautiful ruby casting stones inside of the bag. And the tag reads, item 928, Fool's Casting Stones, enchantment dash. When thrown on the ground, the runes on these stones will always give inaccurate predictions of the future, no matter who throws them.
That's fine. Guess if you threw them enough, you could tell the future.
Inaccurately.
I'm gonna roll them. See what it says about my future.
You throw them on the ground, and you, I don't know exactly how casting stones work, but I'm going to assume that you have a basic understanding, and you pick out something about dying in your sleep.
Well, at least I can sleep well. Put them back on the thing. And then go check out the sitar.
Yeah, so it's made from polished oak wood. There's amber runes that have been set along the brass frets. There's a pinch of sand that seems to rustle around inside the body of the instrument. So the tag says, item 920, Sandstorm Sitar, enchantment dash. Once per day, the user can play a lilting tune on the sitar to summon a powerful sandstorm.
Wow. I think to myself, do we have any companions who are more bardically inspired?
Ash is.
I will pick it up and look around. I still don't trust this place. I check in with Ferdinand. I mean Felix. Hey,
Can you
how's
do
it going,
that,
buddy?
like, remotely?
Let me check. I'm a swarm keeper. Swarm keeper ranger.
While you're doing that, I guess I'll see if there's anything that has a label in room T.
In room T. Yes, there's a couple things. So you see a fiddle, you see a guitar, you see a bottle, you see a bag, and a bracelet.
I go towards the bracelet.
Of course you do. That's disregard that. So you're gonna look at it. It's made from braided yellow thread, and it's secured with a wooden button. And the tag says, "Item 56, bracelet of rock, paper, scissors. Enchantment, dash. The wearer always wins at the game rock, paper, scissors, no matter what."
In this world, it would be called Boulder Shears Parchment.
Okay. Boulder
He
shears
says it's from
parchment.
this world.
I mean, in our imaginary land, Boulder Shears Parchment sounds cooler. I
True.
don't know. I'll definitely keep that squirreled away and take a look at the two musical instruments.
Yes. So there is a fiddle. And it's a sprightly fiddle. It's made from a pale red wood. The label reads, "Item 909, Magic Hand Fiddle. Enchantment, dash. 3 times per day, the user can strike up a tune and cast the Mage Hand spell." And then you look over, and there's also a guitar. And it's very ornate, and it has a dozen bone runes set into the fingerboard. And the label reads, "Item 908, Soul Guitar. Enchantment, dash. Once per day, the user can strike up a sad, gentle tune. Any corpse within earshot will regain its voice and can be conversed with until the music ceases." Hello.
Oh, I hear you. I'm just
Okay.
writing.
Yes.
I can also provide these later if you guys need them.
Yeah, probably. I
There's a
was
lot of
writing.
things in here.
I was writing to
So-
keep track of shit for that reason too.
So I think Palmyra's just gonna start going through opened rooms already to see if anything's left. Like rooms that she hasn't been.
Gotcha.
Go get the unicorn horn.
Yeah, what room was that in?
I
I
Alright, I got a room I.
All right.
Franklin's dipping into the mansion again to
I say-
drop off the sitar and the spell store thing.
So there's growing crystals, a unicorn horn, and the isolate gloves in room I.
What were the gloves?
Isolate gloves, so they don't let magic pass through them.
yeah.
So if I wear them, magic.
So if you wear them, let me look up the thing for it.
It was
Wondering if
intended-
they're like
They do not conduct magic. Magic cannot pass through the gloves, neither from the inside or the outside.
so they're anti-magic shackles, basically.
So like if someone were to like magically shoot like a bolt of light,
Mm.
like caught it with
Yeah.
wearing these gloves, would it dissipate it?
It wouldn't go through it. I don't know what the kinetics of that would be. I think that would depend on that specific.
I forgot I'm talking to. I forgot who I'm talking to.
The lightning would not touch your hands, but I don't know what would happen otherwise.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think if like someone tries to like curse or charm me, and I like quote unquote like catch it with the gloves.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely like block your face or block your heart or whatever with if you're wearing the gloves.
I feel like these are a very strong offensive object too.
But I'm also wondering if I wear them, if it will prohibit me from doing magic, because that would also.
I
be an
think
issue.
that's the point. Yeah. It like if you put them on, you probably could not cast. But also, if you put them on a mage that we are fighting, they cannot cast.
Yeah.
Or
they
if you ran up and
Yeah.
grabbed their hand, like covered their hands with yours.
Yeah. I'm probably just gonna leave them behind, but I'm gonna grab the unicorn horn and the growing crystals.
How's our poll doing? As it is getting later. 2-2.
So I talked to Franklin. I'm like, hey, Franklin. So we got 5 items, right?
I think so. We've got the butter knife, the fur cloak or the fur scarf thing that purrs and is warm. We've got a bowl of need. We've got the bird cage. That's number 4. What was number 5?
I don't think we got number 5. I think we still need a 5th item. We were.
So-
We could.
So I've got the butter knife and the dragon scale, and then
Oh yeah, the
Franklin-
dragon scale. That was right.
Dragon scale? When did you guys get
Yeah.
that?
She found
Oh,
one.
don't worry about it.
Okay.
So we should probably head back.
Yeah. Well, hold on. What about the items that we all have? Because I look at you guys holding like.
What about them? I'm not
Did
holding
you-
anything.
Okay. I'm gonna go quickly grab that beehive thing, but I think you should.
Everything that I have, I've put in the bag of holding. So like, I'm not holding anything. The only,
Got
well, I
it.
guess the only things I'm holding are the knife and the dragon scale.
Okay, so the other pouch is in there too.
The pouch is in the bag of holding, yeah. Because I don't want to. Like, I want to go up looking how I came down.
Yeah. So what's the one item you're gonna be claiming? It's gonna be super sus if you're just like, nah, I'm good.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna claim the I'm gonna claim the gold flask.
Gotcha.
I'm walking the gold flask.
The gold bejeweled flask. Not the fireball one, because the fireball, there's like the fireball flame flower, but then there's a gold bejeweled flask that has like an exotic alcohol in it. I forget which room. I didn't write down what room that one came from. I wrote down the room for every.
Yeah, that was in the
I literally wrote down the room of every other item except for that.
room F, correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh
Taste the alcohols of the world.
I saunter up to Franklin with a lip ring of smooth words.
Wow.
I don't know what the charisma plus is for that.
Yep. He's not claiming them.
And say, I don't know what you're talking about. There wasn't any rooms with beehives.
Damn. Well, I can roll a check against that because I have a very high insight.
When you're wearing the mask, right?
And I had, no. So Franklin now as a character has a plus 10 insight and a passive insight of 20.
And what's the plus for the charisma is what I need to know for the smooth word.
Give me 1 second. We'll say it's a D8.
Oh, D8 plus my own charisma?
Yeah.
Okay. No
Yeah,
worries.
plus to your own charisma.
Okay.
You rolling to deceive me?
I will roll to deceive wherever that deception
Copy.
is.
Fuck, that's not that good.
Your insight's plus 10?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I was saying.
Either.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Got a
Give me a
12.
second. I gotta roll a D8.
Okay. 8
That's an
plus
8.
4 is still a 12.
It is a 12.
And I have a 14.
Damn it.
Let's go plus 10 insight. I know when anybody is lying. But he still chooses to go along with them. He doesn't really have candy. He wants to hurt me. Let's go.
Candy? Oh.
There was candy in the other room. Up there.
That was candy.
I'm gonna eat one of the candies.
There's candy
Oh,
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I eat one. As I go off to go find the beehive that I now know is somewhere. Bees. I still have speak with animals, so I don't know if that helps.
Also, you had just sent your crew off.
Yep.
Or you were going to.
Oh yeah, I notify you guys. Hey, I talked to some spiders in the other room, and they're afraid to go onto the floor. And then I point at the like the tracks on the ground. I'm pretty sure there's something actually dangerous here.
Well, it's definitely not bees.
No, well, I'm pretty. Wait, are there bees in here?
You can tell that Shakira is very bad at lying.
Oh God, I need bees. I run around. Bees. You know how hard it is to get honey? It's like the one thing I can't create with this like clay because you need bee spit enzyme. It's crazy. I look for the bees until I find them. Also, I gotta talk to you at Shakira.
Did we ever find the other room? Gotta be another one of those.
I don't know if there is. I've got this nifty hat or mask of true seeing. So I'll just do like a once over up and down all through the things and look around for hidden doors. Just once over. But I'll put the sunglasses on too. I'm gonna keep those. I'm gonna have to give them to Laboira though to hold on to.
Where are the glasses? What room was the glasses?
Yeah, I don't
That is a
remember.
great question. It was in one of the ones I was in. So
Okay.
either MGB. I didn't open that many. MGB.
I'll find it. I have it written down somewhere. I just need to find it.
And I think the B's were somewhere down here.
There weren't any bees. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's definitely B's. You're clearly lying to me. Here, walk with me. I have a question to ask you too. Do you like us?
But who's us?
B, Vaboira, some of the other guys you met before. There was a chicken. No, wait. We don't have a chicken at our one. We have Ash. We have Mabe, her two-headed children.
Mame doesn't have children. I didn't need.
Mibe.
Mimi doesn't have children. I don't know what you're talking
Somebody
about.
does. Somebody's got kids.
Ash has a child.
Ash has a child. Sorry.
Oh,
The name
okay.
got me confused. Anyway, so
Well,
you know how I was...
Ash has a baby.
Well, so you know how I was telling you before as we walk that we live literally in hell wherever it gets tortured every day, and we're stuck trying to escape.
Well, that's news. I didn't get those accounting books, but okay.
Oh yeah, that's where we are right now. It's awful. The only relief we have is when we have these kind of like weird dreamscape things.
Well, there's
Yeah.
the bees then. I'm sorry about lying. That sucks.
Bees? Oh, this is great.
Don't open it. Don't open it. I hate bees.
I'm gonna walk up and talk to him.
Roll a D100.
Okay. 25.
Okay, there's 25 bees in your jar of bees.
Hi, I'm Franklin.
They're just gonna buzz.
I don't think they must be shy right now. I pick up the barrel and I turn to you and say, "All right, I got the bees. We could go." Anyway, the voting is 50-50, so I'm going to leave it up to you to decide there, Mr. Squirrel Fred. I think you could help us not be tortured in hell forever.
Could I?
What?
Could I? How could I?
Yeah, so you know how earlier you have your nutsack?
Yeah, it's my nutsack. You can have it.
Yeah, of course. No, we're not asking you to give anything up. We have our own special rock that has all of the rest of my friends. They're sleeping right now.
Okay.
And if me and Vomora get into the rock and then we hand it to you and you put it into your nutsack until you wake up in your world and maybe get somewhere safe, you could then let us out and we would be able to escape hell. You could save our lives.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but my nutsack doesn't have any oxygen.
No, but that's okay. Our mansion does.
Oh, how
So
interesting.
like here, well, I don't have it right now. Vorbar's got it, but like you would go in there and it's like a whole house, and you could live there forever if you really wanted to.
Interesting. I don't think we
So-
had that in any of our accountings, but okay.
So I just, it seems pretty split. So I want to give you the option. Maybe we could do it now or later, but if we were to get into our mansion and then you take that stone with you to your world, you could free us and we would be free. That would be nice.
Do you want to put it to the dice?
I'll put it to the dice.
Let's do D20 each.
Well, hold on. Who has voted so far? Has anyone in the chat not voted?
Yes. Only yourself has voted.
There are 2 and 2.
And
Well, the vote
then-
is 2 versus 2 right now.
the twos are one of it is when it starts as simple poll gives it a 1, so I felt only fair that I vote no.
Okay. Well, don't want to do this to everyone without anyone else here.
You gave him
This
the
is a
option.
great. Yeah, they haven't responded. What do you think, Vomora?
You sent out the question right at the beginning of the session at 7:16.
I did.
That's what
Ash said
interesting.
escape now, so
And technically Ash is with you, so technically it is, I would say, 2v1 right now.
okay. What do you guys think, Olivia and Vomora, for your characters for the evil campaign?
What about him?
So we have the opportunity to leave hell and go to Etrakira's world, which is like sky ships and sky cloud palaces and stuff like
Oh.
that.
Heck yeah.
So the way it would work, just so you guys are aware, is we have our mansion, which everybody
So
except
we'd
for
give the
us
mansion. We'd give the mansion to Etric. I can't remember.
to
his name.
to Etrakira with us inside.
Etric with us inside. But then we would have to trust that he would take us out, right?
I mean, we could leave our own.
You hear a
Into his bag
super
of
loud
holding.
gong. You hear this really loud crashing gong. Just the loudest thing, and you all of a sudden are frozen. And so then you hear this far away, it's like a rumbling. It rumbles and grumbles and rumbles, and it's slowly getting louder. And you realize that it's getting louder. And as then it gets closer to you, you start hearing individual footprints, right? Footsteps, and it's just loud, and this pattering of all these. It sounds like hundreds and hundreds of feet, and it's coming from down.
Everybody get on
the hallway that you guys came from, right? And so you can't really see. Is anybody wearing the glasses?
I would be,
Okay,
because I said I was
Franklin's
wearing them
glasses.
while I was looking around.
Okay, so unless you're facing a doorway with your lantern held out, you do not see what gets you. All you know is that something forceful picks you up around your midriff in the back. It picks you up by your clothes. It doesn't hurt you, but you are immobile. You are frozen as soon as you hear this gong, and you are then picked up into the air. And the point that's picking you up is on your back, and your lantern goes out, and you are just being carried through the darkness.
Vomora, will yourself into the pocket rocket.
I do so.
No, so you're stuck.
Damn.
How do you will yourself into this? Isn't there like a whole thing?
I want to be in the pocket rocket. I want to be in the
Yeah,
pocket
that's
rocket.
how it works. You have the key, and then you will yourself in, so long as you're within proximity.
Yeah, but then whatever's holding you would just be holding the pocket rocket.
So it would be a roll off. It'd be rollies.
That would be not excellent.
So you're traveling through the darkness. You're being jostled a bit. You realize
So
you feel
it the darkness? Is it the darkness of the dungeon that we're in, or is it the darkness of like an unknown?
No, it's the darkness of the dungeon that you're in. You're still in the dungeon, so you're being carried through the dungeon, and you realize you're being carried down the hall.
We didn't see someone come and grab us. They just like.
Unless you were facing the doorway with your lantern held out.
No, I don't think any of us were.
I thought we were all in different areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's unless your character was facing the doorway of the room that you were standing in, you did not see what picked you up.
Ruh-roh.
And so your lantern.
I don't know if I was.
Yeah, so I'm assuming unless like you were walking towards the door, you would not have seen. So you were grabbed from behind, you're being carried. And the next thing you know, you are in the kitchen at the top of the stairs that you walk down, and you look around, and what's carrying you is a giant marmot. You're in its mouth.
Marmot?
A marmot. And so they take you. There's one for each of you, and they take you, and they don't gently set you down, but they don't like roughly set you down. They just kind of like plop you down back in the room with Theodora.
Like a prairie dog.
And so it's the largest member of the squirrel family. And so they plop you down and leave, and you notice that behind or beside Theodora there is a tall older figure, slightly younger than Theodora, standing there. He's wearing like a robe. He looks very wise, and he's holding a talisman in his hand. And he's shaking his head, and he's like, I told you, I tried to tell you, Theodora, that it doesn't matter. These magical items are not as wondrous as they seem. They don't always deliver. They are dangerous. I tried to tell you. Like these thieves, they have so many things. She's like, well, wait a second, Harold. Let us talk to them. I explained to them all of the virtues of our family. We tried to talk sense into them. And at this point, you're realizing that Harold's a wizard and that you are stuck under a spell. So you can't move. You're frozen. You have been since you heard the gong. Somehow he is commanding these marmots. That's probably something related to the marmots is probably what dug all the tunnels underneath the dungeon there. And so he uses magic to pick you up, and he flips you upside down.
So am I like completely frozen, or can I talk?
You are completely frozen. You can't talk. You can see. Shit. You're conscious and awake, and you can see. And they flip you upside down, and you get shaken up and down gently. And the only things that fall off your person are items from the dungeon. So everything that you've picked up,
even from the bag of holding.
Even from the bag of holding, and even from the pocket rocket. All of those items deposit from
It's not possible. It's not possible.
Hi.
It's a pocket dimension. It's another dimension. It can't be shaken out. You have to like know what you're grabbing.
We have put enchantments. So Harold now explains to you that I'm
like fighting this at. I mean, I'm completely frozen. So like,
he's looking at you, and he's like,
I'm not like saying these words, but like I'm imagining he can like read my facial expressions.
Yeah.
And
Harold can tell that you are not pleased. I know what you're thinking. You have placed some of these items places where nobody should be able to take them. These items were enchanted before you picked them up, so that they can be retrieved. Me and Theodora talked very long about this, and I told her nobody could be trusted. I enchanted these items long ago, many years. Actually, right after Theodora was married off and so rudely interrupted and taken away, I wanted to preserve. This is my contribution to the family. I wanted to preserve her efforts and at least keep all of the items she had categorized. So I have placed, in my early days, this enchantment upon all of these items. And so she's the only one who can agree to let them leave this premise. Otherwise, they never make it off the premises. You can put them in your pocket and wherever you please, and they do not leave. They come back. I can also, summon them at will as well, which I have just done. So you see all of your treasures on the floor. Things were taking too long. You seemed a little suspicious. And so whatever deal Theodora has struck with you is now...
We were on our way out!
You can
We
leave.
had 5 items. Dang, dude.
We had just gotten 5 items. We had just gotten 5 items.
Yeah, we had to
With
check
that-
every robe.
You realize you start to get a little shimmery, a little glittery, a little glowy,
Get to the
you start to
thing!
get a little
And
transparent,
then
and you leave.
Ah!
You leave the Bumberdill mansion, never to return.
I
Damn.
squirrel fart.
That's your last thing you leave. It's a squirrel fart in the room.
Yep.
And you see Theodora like waving at you very, very stately.
Bye.
Off by.
no.
It was a
Man,
moral
nice try.
test.
You guys took too long. All you had to do was go back upstairs and deliver your items.
That's literally what I was trying to get everyone to do. I was like, we got the 5 items. Let's go upstairs.
Oh, you tried. You tried so hard and you got so far.
That's,
I
In the
know.
end, it didn't really matter.
that's beautiful.
Franklin was too busy trying to get out of hell.
I mean, that's the goal.
That is noble. I can't really blame him for that, but
I mean, out of all the causes, at least it was a noble one. But still, we were like right fucking there.
Yeah. So was it that you had it timed to end at 8 no matter what, or was it
Yeah.
over as soon as one of us took an item?
No. This was we would have negotiated the items that you had on your persons, right? So like you would not have left with more than one item if you guys would
Got
have
it.
made it upstairs and spoken with Theodora. But this is
Bah.
a 1 session, 1 shot.
Yeah.
This will not be continued. So
We missed
we're-
our chance.
Man,
We missed our
1
chance.
shot. You'd 1 opportunity.
Mr. Shot.
Yeah.
One opportunity.
Oh well.
Yeah, but I found
That was
this
fun.
book. This book is called Arcane Artifacts and Curious Curios. So anytime anybody needs fun objects, I have a book full of them.
I might call on that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like there's like 1,000 objects in this book. It's really cool.
Dang.
Holy crap.
And some of them
Yeah,
are
so
pretty freaking awesome.
Well, I can like just
Right.
scratch out half my notes for the night.
I mean, unless you want to ask for them if we find any more mysterious boxes that give you whatever you
Oh
want.
yeah, I mean like in the future maybe.
Yeah, but yeah,
Like
you do not have any of
yeah,
these
so
things.
Josh, this chest that I'm opening. Is there a unicorn on it?
Yeah. You got to put it.
There are
Or
Put another,
what about this tasting flask? That sounds great.
right? Or and you just got to remember in the, I guess, the next time, which is probably not too far away, honestly, because I don't think you've run into one there, Matt. Is a chest of desire, which
Chest
is
of desire.
literally you basically can put anything in there of a similar value, if not quite equivalent, and get what you want.
Nice. I mean, I've got like 5 gold worth of stuff, so
Well, yeah.
I
Bargain
could
shopping.
get myself like a McDonald's sandwich.
I mean, if you're
Oh.
not counting,
That sounds so good right now.
if you're not counting the pocket rocket,
That's true, but that's kind of a group item.
yeah.
Dang, we almost made it out of hell.
Almost.
We'll remember for
Yeah.
next time.
Think you'll be running the next one as of planned right now, unless somebody
Oh yeah,
decides
that's right.
to jump in for who wants to do another one shot.
Yeah,
Oh, is there a 1 shot next week?
No,
no,
right
Oh,
now
the next 1 shot to happen. Period. Okay,
Yeah, the next
is
one to happen
currently
is,
next for me.
yep,
gotcha.
which is December.
Yeah, but all right, that was great. Thank you for the game.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm glad you guys had fun.
Yeah,
was just categorizing magical items, but it was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it would be like a nice break, a
I
nice
mean,
fun. There's like nothing
definitely,
big scary.
They definitely gave us an idea of like what what sort of items could be out there.
Yeah, like a bigger range of things.
Yeah. Of like, oh, could be a thing.
hmm Yeah, I tried to stay away from weapons. I tried to stay away from too many clothes. Because yeah, there was just some stuff I came across here. I was like, who the fuck would have thought of that? Like, why?
Right.
Like the butter knife, the butter knife that's always warm. Like what? Like
Exactly.
Yeah, if anybody would have ended up with
clearly you've never tried to cut through a stick of butter that has just come out of the refrigerator.
if anybody would have ended up with that, that would not have been the only thing that it would have done. Just FYI, because
Ooh.
considering the theme of the campaign so far and the
That's why I was
Oh,
like, there's
yeah.
gotta be another thing.
that's not something else that you haven't really run across yet, Matt, are the the diadem of transcendence. I think I've loosely called them, which are all there's 13 of them, and currently they're the parties between the two of them have a spoon, a bowl, and a fork, and there was a plate, but it was traded away.
Isn't it the spinning plate?
Oh yeah, now there's a plate. Yeah, now there's a different type of plate. Yeah, I introduced that back. That's right. So the knife would have been something.
Yep.
We need a chalice. I feel like a whole dinner set.
Oh yeah.
At least 13 items worth of things. Or because that was one of the ways to become a god. I forget who told you guys, but it was like
Oh, really?
get the 13 items of the 13 diadem of transcendence and sit down and have a dinner with them.
I vaguely remember this because the first year of the veracity there was dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Been that sort of ever since, but I think the last time everybody's still just been like leery of this person that's summoning them into a extra dimensional space and inside of space.
You know, with good reason, right? Like
Fair enough.
Truth.
all right. Well, cool. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad it wasn't too rough or painful. But
Thanks
good
for the
stuff.
session.
Well, I'm gonna run away. Bella is staring me down. She wants to go to bed.
Yep.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.
Night.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded, and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.